Dumb.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and what a nice evening we have here to kick off the things that is the double elimination of the MOBA Legends Odisha Series tonight, because we're going to be seeing a best of five series between two of the well-known and strongest teams in India as well as the Bengal server itself. It's going to be Team Lakshmi Chit Fund going off against Team Pick to Plummet in this double elimination of upper bracket. So whoever loses will have to climb back again to the lower bracket. So they have to put all their efforts in so they don't get kicked down. But anyways, I'm going to be your caster Ray, and joining me would be on the casting desk is on the screen itself, Astuya. Hello.
Well, hello everyone, and hello Ray.
Hi.
Thank you for that introduction. And yes, that wasn't me, that was you. But never mind that. I think both the teams, just like you mentioned, they are good. And of course, this match is gonna be really good because I'm really looking forward to it. So without any delay, let's just move on to the draft phase because both the teams are ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be moving straight away into the draft phase. And let's see, because after all, both of these teams have clashed in so many other tournaments. Even in this tournament, I believe they have faced each other already. So it's nothing of a new thing for them, but at the same time, they have to be aware, making sure that they don't get outdrafted, because draft would be determining a lot of the results, even if the execution plays a massive part.
Well, true, I highly agree. But with that, nowadays that Harriet band, like after the recent buff, he's been making waves in the land of Dawn. He's been picked up left and right, and I think he's one of those core laners who can actually compete against the Granger because both of them do have a lot of damage spiking towards the late game, and the mobility as well as the range. They have it all.
I mean, it's really hilarious to me because every time Harith comes into the meta, he's a melanin. I forgot the term, but basically they're these cat-like beings, right? And Joy is something of a similar being, and she is also always coming back into the meta whenever Harith rises in. So it's just hilarious to be pointing out. But anyways, standard bans overall from both of the teams so far. Are probably going to be seeing another ban from Team Peak Diplomat as well, and let's see what team LCF really wants to pick up for the first one, because I really look forward to that decision. Sometimes it surprises me, but sometimes it's like, oh yeah, it's understandable. So let's see which route they take. After all, best of five series, it's only the first game, so they can just keep their cards, under their sleeves and just play perhaps a safe game. Let's see what way path they choose.
Well, true, and with that, there's one question in my mind that will peak to plummet. Like, since we all know LCF have been playing so much, they are kind of a renowned team right now. And everyone knows that some of the signature picks coming from the team, like Peter's Louis. So, will they be, kind of respecting it, panning it out? What do you think?
I think they might be banning it out into the second phase, because Granger is definitely something that they wanted to consider, and because of that, they're going to be banning out Understandable, and Buki would be picking up the Lucas, the whose Sacred Beast form is considered Buki by Asuya, by the way. But yep, there we go. Peak Diplomat is going to be picking up the Louis, paying respect to who is Peter, as well as the fact that this is overall a really good mid laner, especially for the contention into rotations because of their diversion.
Well, true. Just like you mentioned, she is a great mage with a lot of utility as well as the damage coming from that passive, and the yin yang combo can, make change the tides of those team fights. And with that, I think Suya is also a great pick. Although I haven't seen people picking him that often, but it of course works pretty well in a tournament. You just need that support because this hero needs the early game snowball into his hands. But with that again, I think Lucas is kind of a monster right now in the EXP lane, especially with that vengeance. Will be able to sustain quite a lot, especially towards the late game. A lot of control onto hands, and on top of that, if LCF just choose to go in for a Khalid, it will be kind of a distraction, and Johan will be able to get the snowball which Hayabusa needs.
Yeah, definitely. And I really, really love the name that Starkizzy has. It's not hacker, it's hamker, just like the team's memes have the M in it. Really hilarious to say. But anyways, after pointing that out, yes, I mean Lucas is, I would not say exactly he's the top of the leaderboard, because I feel like heroes that can outdamage him really win in the lane. But yeah, perhaps something like a tanky hero. Maybe if you pick up a Hylos, or maybe if you went for the Khalid, Pine would have the advantage. But if you pick up a damage dealer like Yuzong, Pine will have a little difficulty because the Shah essence, it's too much. Lucas doesn't have any spell left. He just has regen from his passive.
Well, true, and with that, Kaizen going in for a result. Like she's been climbing up the ranks alongside Granger and Harriet right now, and both of them since banned. I think Irithal's damage, especially towards the late game, spikes off quite well. So a great choice. But then a lot of options are yet to be picked up. Hylos is open, and since the side of Team Peak to Plummet do have a low E, they can just counter it out maybe with a chip, but just go the anti-diversion tactic, use those portals, use those
Yeah,
shortcut
I
to
mean,
victory.
interesting. The chip hasn't been picked up from either of the side. Looks like both are playing the cautious game, and they're just going to proceed with the second stage of the bans. And it is very understandable. Hilda and Eve were left out open. None of the teams picked up, so banning it out is the sensible decision. I mean, I just like I said, Pine Lucas. He doesn't have regeneration. He has crowd control. He has HP. He can soak up damage, but his regeneration isn't his main source. So someone like Hilda can really bully him, and you don't want it because of it. Understandable. On the other hand, obviously, you don't want Eve to give you that pillbox composition, because that is something that this Bruno and this Hayabusa will really love to have. So understandable on always. I'm actually curious if they're gonna ban out the Sicilian or picking him up because he's still open, but looks like they're gonna proceed with the chip. So the option for Sicilian is still open. But one thing is for sure, these teams are aware that Sicilian can be troubled by this away. So perhaps they're just playing it safe for now.
True, and with that, all the bans right there finished up. Daytrail being banned, kind of a weird ban if you ask me, because
Yeah,
mm, you can always pick up that Purify. He's a
yeah, yeah.
really good counter when there is a chip, but then, just like I mentioned before, Hylos has been picked up, being the flex pick. What will peak to Plummet go in? Maybe just seal the deal with a Khalid, and then Hayabusa will kind of have trouble to, take those early game kills because a lot of tankiness in the enemy can actually tie him down.
Yeah, I mean, Phobius is still open as well, but Phobius doesn't have that mobility, so that is something to be concerned about. They can also go in for the Yu Zhong right now because I feel like he can create the impact on who is Peter. But yeah, definitely Phobius could be their sandbag to take most of the damage and do the initiation, because Yu Zhong is a little squishy into the later game, while Phobius is not. So overall, would be a good decision nonetheless on between. And I just want to say, like, this Farsa skin is so beautiful. But anyways, who is Peter onto this far side? It's going to be interesting because two things to mention is that Hylos won't be able to get close so easily, but she really needs to watch out for the diversion and any of that evil queller coming in from this Suyo.
Well, yep, and just like you mentioned, Aizen will be locking down onto the Phoebus, and Phoebus is a great EXP laner after all, but then one problem with the Phoebus is like, once you commit, you really go in for it, and like since they do not have a metal or anything which can help them to disengage, so Phoebus will be between maybe five people trying to sustain, trying to provide that front lane which the rest of the team needs. But that so it makes him pretty vulnerable to those team fights. He might be the first one who's getting picked off, and then they will be lacking the punch bag which Peak to Plummet needs.
Yeah, definitely, Yasuya. And I'm looking really forward to this game because this is going to be two of the top teams clashing in this double elimination round. And anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of dawn. This is MLOS Mobile Legends 5v5 Odisha Series. And let's proceed with tonight's first game of this upper bracket double elimination. Who will be the team that will proceed and which team would be kicked down to the lower bracket? So let's go. And so far, both of the teams have draft been finalized. We've already discussed it, and so far they're just doing for the classic rotations, trying to get the river control, and both of the junglers starting mirroring each other. Like you can see, both of them are onto the same side of the map.
Well, true, and not much will be going on. And at the same time, the boom onto the Jojo being the evergreen pick. And I really love how Louis has gone in for that Purify. She will really be needing it. And with that, Farsa is the early game artillery with a lot of damage, and especially towards the mid game, the CD on her ultimate literally gives her a lot of edge to this meet. And with that, nothing much is just going on. They're playing it safe for now. And yeah, I think, there might be some skirmish going on, but Subom doing the best job providing the vision which the team really needs at this point. And the total actually 30 seconds away, but the Wiggy Shadow kill already used up by Johan. Louis just moving barely in 1 HP. Same goes for that airborne coming in. The evil
Okay.
queller, the damage is there. The yin yang coming in. Okay.
I apologize. I got disconnected. But anyways,
It's alright.
what just happened while I was away? Okay, no first blood just yet, but a lot of HP drained. That is a good thing for them because they do force out a recall. One spell also been wasted for no two purify and revitalize. That is something they need to be looking out for. But anyways, first early is gonna be coming up. Who do you think has higher chances? I'm gonna bet on the Suya, honestly.
Well, of course, Ryu does have a lot of sneak peek gameplay onto his hands. He does have that immune dash, but at the same time, just like for Hayabusa, he has a lot of mobility with those shadows. And at the same time, it all actually depends on which team is able to zone the other team away in a better manner. Right now,
Yeah.
Hyla's looking really low though.
Yeah, okay. That is a diversion being used. Farsa probably noticed it, but no, she doesn't notice it. She does use up the flicker, but there is Lucas coming into the scene with the Sacred Beast as well, and the first blood will be Yusa getting taken down. The blast also being used by Pokemon, who gets punished and taken down alongside Jabom, and right now the turtle contention is looking really spicy, but okay, just like I said, Suyo gets it and gets out of the situation, and Hayabusa doesn't really have the shadows, but he's getting chased down by this beast of the man himself, that is Aizen, and he is dead set on him, and he gets taken down as well as we finish with the first engage after the game of the turtle fight.
That's what I said. One diversion can make the game, and that diversion forcing our period to just move away and that like actually made the game for them. Created a lot of zoning potential right there. But look at the skirmish going on.
Mid lane, that was a great engage, but Louis doesn't get taken down by the feathered airstrike. Un- Instead, what am I saying? Instead, the Farsa is the one who got taken down. So that is overall a really bad trade so far for Team LCF.
I mean, Peter needs to maybe look out. You really need your team to engage first before you start with your ultimate because Farsa is kind of standalone, really vulnerable when she uses up that ultimate she has. At the same time,
Okay,
I think
top lane,
Jabom is
Hayabusa
waste.
uses Choki Shadow kill. And okay, there is a great Way of the Dragon coming in, but there is just no follow-up. Will he be able to get it? He does, but he also pays the price and gets punished. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I just saw that team fight and wanted to dive in, and that is basically what Pick to Plummet is also doing. Bruno wasn't aware of the diversion play, but it's no issue so far because the Farsa is coming for that backup.
I think this Phobos is definitely being a menace right now. Like his passive is being activated so easily. I mean, I think Pokepine will be taken down because, of course, it is 1 versus 2. And the two of the main game changers here are definitely being the diversions coming from the Louis, as well as our Phobius providing a lot of free zone, a lot of, free potential for the entire team to just leave that lane. And there is this movement of freedom which letting them gank the rest. And of course, Sui also doing a great job with the follow ups.
Huh?
At the same time, I think, Hayabusa as well as Jobom are wasting their skills too much. Maybe just wait for your team out.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why Jobom kicked Louis. Was that just out of frustration? Like, oh, go away. Like, why? There was no one. I don't understand that. But anyways, that was a waste of skill. But okay, there is a diversion play coming. Jobom does detect it, but there is 4 people coming on top of you. You should have been aware because he gets taken down alongside Stark TZ. And right now, Hayabusa is also coming into the scene to provide something, but it's not going to be worth of anything. Okay, he does get the kill into GRG, but pays a price, and that is 1-4 trade. And right now, Farsa is the only one standing, and she's also forced to back off.
And I don't think so Peter will be able to survive unless she does have a flicker. The stun is connected. Uh, the extra skill might be coming back, so yeah, he's safe for now. But what I was gonna say is that the early game potential in the hands of Team Peak to Plummet actually using it up so well. The Phobias, the Hylos being the front lane, and the Sui of course, three of the people who can sustain quite a lot. At the same time, six kills on the hands of GRG right now. He's unstoppable. Suyo getting that snowball which he really needs, making him unstoppable. Now it's just that how LCF is going to stop this bombardment, this aggression coming from the side of Team Peak to Plummet. The only option left is maybe just uh try to avoid those ganks for now. Try to farm up because the gold lead definitely is in the hands of Team Peak to Plummet along with the macro one turret into their hands.
Definitely, Asya, because right now okay. They do get one kill, but that was, I feel like, three resources being wasted. Was it? Yep, three resources being wasted out, and there is an engage coming in, diversion right into Bruno's face, who was not aware and gets taken down as well. And right now, they will be proceeding back perhaps, or they just want to take the turret because they don't really have the minion. But yeah, they're gonna proceed back. A marksman for marksman trade immediately peaked to Plummet, really making sure that there are no negative traits for them. They have equalized the game completely into their favor.
I mean, true, and at this point, flying solo against the Phobius will not work out pretty well unless he gets some, those equipments. But just look at the like
Mm-hmm.
the hell
Yep.
coming out from Miracle. He will be taken down, but at the same time, I think there is some engage in the top lane.
Yep, into the top lane. The Hylos has used up the glorious pathway, and Jobom would be the first one to fall from that. Bruno's balls do bounce from Lewis to Suyo, but it's not dealing enough sufficient damage to create any impact. Okay, another diversion play comes right into the face of Hayabusa, who's supposed to use the Ugisha to kill. Great reflexes, gets out of the situation, but it's just they are just wasting all their skills. Team picked up Plummet, really creating that pressure. Oh my.
I mean, true, and at this point, just look at the damage coming in from Suyo as well as our Irithel already with two of our equipment, but I think Jobom in a tight situation.
Okay, Lucas does go in, provide some CC, but it's just not enough because he gets taken down. I mean, that's the issue. He doesn't have any regeneration, and right now, this Aizen is diving in, wants to take down Hayabusa, is able to succeed, but pays a hefty price for it as Shutdown goes into the hands of Sarktizi. But he's the only one standing alongside Farsa, but they might be in danger because Airtel is coming in, and there we go, a full-on wiped out.
And what can I say? The goal lead is so intense right now. LCF really needs to play it safe for now because it will be an easy lot in the hands of Team Peak to Plummet. They are doing it really well, especially right now. Urithel, who does have her equipments, has got that goal. I mean, look at a 4-7. So much goal onto their hands. Her equipments, 3. I think she's dealing out a lot of damage. And what else can I say? Maybe just look out for those diversion gameplays. At the same time, to boom, you really need to look around yourself. That is your team there who will be able to support you. Same goes for Japom. Like most of the time, Johan. Most of the time, I see him using his ultimate on Hylas. And that's not something you really want to do. Maybe just try to bait them away. Use it on the Louis, but look at that.
That was a good ult. They do take down Aizen, who is their initiator, but at what cost? Because I think they used up two of their ults, and there's the Louis coming in with the diversion, as well as the Yin Yang. Johan and Jobom don't really have their ults right now, so they should be aware for at least 20 seconds. But the Lord is going to be marching down into the top lane. Let's see how they pull off a defense.
It will be a hard defense considering that they do have the Bruno, but then again, they are kind of squishy. They do not have anything which can tank absorb the damage as well, which, the Phobias, the Slayer, as well as the Hylos, one of the most tankiest here in the game, can actually do. And right now, Farsa doesn't have enough equipments. The damage coming for her isn't enough to tear down. Given the opportunity to Hayabusa to capitalize on the last HP, those last hits.
Yeah, and right now, the goal lead is quite hefty, as well as the scoreboard and everything. And the only having inhibitors left into the map is not going to be creating much opportunity for them. The only way they can really make a comeback is Peak to Plummet has to overcommit into their base, and that is the only possible reason I honestly see. Okay, there is another diversion play. Farsa, are you aware, or was it? I'm not sure because a flicker being baited out, being used up, and right now Lucas is going in as well, and five people's barrage right into the bomb gets taken down. But okay, Skies it does fall, and it's a price I guess it's worth it. Roamer for a goal laner, it's kind of worth it. But the next Lord is still 50 seconds away, and right now they are losing out their blessings of the turrets, so they need to be careful.
I mean, true, right now, LCF not looking in a good condition. They're kind of boxed up. Only three inhibitors remaining. Really need to maybe just try to defend. At the same time, I think Loi definitely being the bone of contention, providing a lot of damage, a lot of CC onto their hands. She needs to be taken down along with Eritzel. But team, the way Aizen and the rest of the team is actually giving them, the space they need to deal out that damage is quite commendable. So LCF really needs to take a situation. How are they gonna break through that wall? But look at the diversion.
The diversion coming right into the bot lane as Stark TZ, the hacker, gets taken down. And okay, Lucas really great engage, gets a killing spree at the cost of his life. But okay, Hayabusa trying to make a little bit of a play. GRG also falls, but at what cost? Because 3-4-2, Team LCF does try to make a positive trade, but at the end, it doesn't really work out in their favor. But you know, taking down Suyo means that they're going to be hesitating to take the Lord. So in the end, it is a positive trade, but Whispiter should really play safe, honestly.
I mean, true, and this might be an easy lord for the side of Team Week to Plummet right now. And Peter just, maybe trying to use his ultimate for that last hit. Maybe one hope, but it will not be possible because now the Lord into the hands of Team
Hmm.
Peak to Plummet right now. All they just need to do is, sync up those lanes. Maybe they will be able to take down at least one turret. LCF needs to sit tight and defend. Their only hope lies on Bruno at this point because he's the only one who will be skating towards the late game. And Hayabusa isn't getting the opportunity. So, yeah, I don't just go and capitalize on the last hits. That's all I can say for them right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was a kind of mistake for Johan as well to go to the bot lane because once they noticed him onto the bot lane, they were like, yeah, the Lord is the GOAT. There's not going to be any stealing coming. And because of it, they proceed with the Lord. But I would have liked if they waited a few seconds because look at that. It's still another elemental Lord. It's not the enhanced one. So team pick to plummet does cause a slight blunder for themselves, prolonging the game a little bit more. But okay, there's a sneaky play coming in from the Luo Wii, and Chopom is the first one to be falling soon. But okay, there is Wave the Dragon coming in, but he will fall. But the damage from Bruno is there to take him down. But right now, the base is already locked in, and there is no hope for LCF as the first game goes into the hands of Peak to Plummet.
You can say absolute domination from the side of Team Peak to Plummet. Like they did an amazing job. Those diversion and Aizen being the perfect frontliner, countering so many of the people, like, tanking so much damage. And look at him. Even though he was in the front line, the initiator, he only has three deaths right now. And Hylos as well as Aizen being able to provide the front wall, which our Skyzen as well as Louis really needed. Plus, the damage was so much coming from that Louis. She doesn't even have the lantern, and yet so much damage onto the hands of this mage.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, you know, LCF were a little underwhelming into this game, but just like I mentioned right into the draft, I feel like LCF is hesitating to show up their cards into the first game because they might get heavily countered onto the second game. But Pick to Plummet did not hesitate. So second game is going to be interesting because LCF maybe or might not. They will probably try to pull out their cards right now because if they do not right now, it's never. And they're going to be pushed through the lower bracket. So that's something they need to be watching out because I mean, they are aware, right? They are aware of the meta. The Phobias, the Hylos were open. They didn't ban out. They banned out a Tiger instead, and they didn't opt for it either. A Chow against the Phobias, not a good decision. You're just giving free dashes, and because of it, they'll be losing on the first game. But anyways, we'll be proceeding to second match right after a short break, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with game number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, right after the short break, we are back again in MLOS MOBA Legends Odisha Series, and we're going to be proceeding with the double elimination between Team LCF and Team Peak to Plummet onto this upper brackets. We've already seen Peak to Plummet secure the first game, but LCF, they might be hiding their main trump card under their sleeves, and let's see if they will reveal it this time, and will it work or not. I'm going to be your caster Ray, joining you again, and joining me again would be Asiya herself as well. So Asiya, hello again.
Hello, Ray, and hello, everyone. And of course, this is the best of five between Team LCF and Peak to Plummet. I was kind of surprised that LCF being one of the best teams right now, and yet Peak to Plummet to Peak. Okay, I got confused. Never mind. They did such an amazing job the way they dominated the first game. So this time they do have the first pick, and right now LCF on the second pick do have the advantage of getting two of the firepowers since they will be able to, you know, take anything away. So let's just see what they go in for this ban phase because it was calculated, right?
Yeah, I mean, this might be what they were actually looking for because previous game only first pick they only got one option. They probably didn't want to do any, you know, just like I'm saying, they did not want to reveal anything, and because of that, they're just waiting for the second game. And right now, this time, just like you said, they can get two heroes they want, and this might be playing out into their favor unless Team Peak Diplomat is able to outdraft them, which I feel is unlikely because I mean the Luoi is going to be available for both of the teams, I believe, and that is something that LCF will definitely be looking out for.
I mean, true, and with that, we do see Metal as well as the Garud Gacha, and of course, Azushin being banned out. Ray, in the previous game, no one actually banned out a Fanny. And I think Fanny is one of those assassins who's kind of scary, and if you know how to play it well, she can actually dominate, especially the squishies. So I was kind of surprised no one picked her up. And with that, although Granger and Harith might again be the ones getting banned, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Granger and Harris, no brainer. Can't leave them out open, especially against top teams. And because of it, yeah, we're not going to be seeing that. They're not going to be seeing the light of the day. But that is true. Fanny was open, but nobody picked it up. Maybe, just like I've said, all the cards inside the sleeve, not just out yet. They might be playing it into the game number three, making sure that either of the teams will lower their guard, you know, and that's the moment they can pull out their Fanny because that might what basically be. But anyways, let's see what the last ban is. It's probably gonna be the Harith, or else the Harith is instantly gonna be locked in for Team Peak Diplomat. Okay, going for the joy, I understand as well. Will Peak Diplomat pick up the Harith right now and run into the risk of a phobias as well as suppression as well as Luoyi? Lot of contention for them. Okay, Peak Diplomat knew it. Louis is a death sentence, and they are not gonna give it away. But at the same time, is this what exactly Team LCF wanted?
I mean, it's kind of funny at this point. The way Louis is getting prioritized, one of its kind. First time this is happening in a tournament. And yes, they are respecting Peter quite a lot because they do know that he on the low is pretty good. And with that, right now, LCF do have two picks under the name. So what will they go for? Will they go in for a chip? Because it's kind of countered out, was banned, taken away from them. And Harith, of course, being a great pick. So what do you think? Okay, fine, we'll be going in for Hilda. Though denying the assassins maybe to the side of take peak to plummet. Let's just see will they go in for an alpha?
Possible. I mean, this is something actually. Like they perhaps did not want to pick up a Fanny, like being a little afraid of this wild woman. But anyways, yep, Yusa is immediately gonna pick up the Hylos. So knowing very well it might just get banned out into the next phase, and Phoebe should probably be the next hero unless they want to go with something else. But LCF this time has a hero that had been banned out in the previous game and is considered one of the most broken heroes. So Louis for the price of Harris. I do understand Pixel Plummet's mentality, but would it really be worth it? And that question is gonna be, keeping them awake at night if they lose out this game or not, because they're gonna be picking up a Bruno to go against the Harris. So the goal line competition is gonna be interesting to see.
Well, true, true. And I was going to say Yave is open and Peter will be locking her down. So right now, I think LCF do have a better composition because Eve will be providing the hitbox. Hilda will be, always there in the front, trying to zone people away, trying to dish out some damage, and of course she does have that stun. And Harold will just be capitalizing on the slow the utility Peter will be providing. So the question is how the side of Team Peak to Plummet will be capitalizing on this because they do have a high loss. Picking up a Bruno is kind of weird. You could have gone in for an Irithel once again. Um, let's just see how it goes because Bruno got nerfed. He does have the damage, but then again, what do
Yeah,
you think about a Lunox against a Harith?
funny enough, it would definitely work, but Harith is a little bit too fast this time. I mean, previously Harith speed was something that Lunox could handle, but this time it's much faster. I haven't tested it out, but funny enough, Lunox might actually be winning out again. I mean, Harith coming back into the meta means that mages should come back into the goal lane as well. But it's just the fact that the Malefic Gun, despite being nerfed, it's still a decent item. And Airtel making her making her rise into the ranks is also something that people have been considering. So Lunox, funny enough, might actually work out for them. But obviously the story is already over. Bruno has already been locked, and we are right now gonna be seeing the last second phase of the ban. And let's see what team Pick Deployment wants to go for. They're really paying respect to Johan, I would say.
I mean, true, and I was kind of thinking they might go in for the alpha, but instead they just banned it out for themselves. And with that, LCF do know that in the previous game, Aizen did an amazing job on that Phobius being the one of contention, the initiator, so they will be banning out the Phobius in this game. And fine, he's a great glue player, so Peak to Plummet do not want this annoying hero, and it will be
Yeah.
banned with that Chabom going in for the trick reel. So it will be an instant purify from the side of both the mage and the marksman. Well, that's how you counter out the Tigreal.
This is actually like this should be a meme at this point. Whenever there's a Tigreal, suddenly the spells changing is so hilarious every time. But there you go, Asya. What you requested is coming right away. It's gonna be Fanny with those nice shorts and the Valentine outfit. What are those light sticks or is that an umbrella? But anyways, let's see what is gonna be because after all, the Hylos is a flex pick. Is it gonna be the Phobius is not open and neither is the Clue. The Khalid is open and so is the Lucas, but I don't think Lucas would be working out against the Hilda. So let's see. Okay, I think it's gonna be a high loss draw. Sorry, EXP with Aizen into no not Aizen, Romer Guinevere coming into the play.
I think Carmela could have been good here. What do you think? And I think Guinevere is a good hero, but CC could have played her role pretty well against Hilda because she's one of those EXP leaders who can
Yeah,
actually, sustain on her own, dish out quite a lot of damage to win in those EXP lanes currently. Let's just see how
yeah.
this Guinevere goes because she does have the control. I think she will be looking forward to jump towards even if she uses the RWM, but then her range got shortened. She does have like let's just see how it goes out because at the end of the day all they need is give the Fanny some room, some space to get that snowball, to dish out the damage, to capitalize on the kills. Johan going in for a YSS. A mid to late game peak will be coming up, and at the same time I think the late game damage from a YSS is really hard. So Big to Plummet needs to be careful not to let Johan farm up.
I mean, this is why I honestly really dislike jungle bans in general because like there's so many options available for a flexible jungler. Because of it, I do understand the Suyu ban though. That is a very snowball hero. You can't really give it out easily. So, but the alpha ban, I feel like that was unnecessary considering the fact that perhaps giving out the alpha would have been better for a simple reason. Alpha doesn't have that much mobility. Yushin Shin does, and he does also have the ultimate that can give out the vision. And this time Louis is going to have a little bit difficulty because of it, because they cannot do no more diversion ambushes. So I'm looking forward to how this game would be turning out, because after all, this is game number 2 of the best of 5 series. And if Team Pick doesn't get a game right now, it means that it's going to be game 4 already. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn. This is MLOS, and this is game number 2 of the double elimination upper brackets. Caster, it's me, Ray, and Asuya on the casting desk.
Well, yes, and with that, a Fanny does is an assassin at the end of the day. So if LCF decides to go in for the invade, it can be quite possible because they do have Tigreal, they do have a Hilda who can actually sustain quite a lot. At the same time, Eve's damage is also pretty enough, but then they just not going in for it. They don't want to utilize the early they have. And EXP will kind of be really free for both of them because the movement speed will be there. They don't need to rotate towards that lane. Maybe focusing towards the gold lane could give them some results. But look at Yusa in really low HP right now.
Okay, Yusa, you better be prepared. And she was knowing that could be a flicker play coming in and the flicker being burnt out really early on, a spell wasted, but it's okay. No first blood given just yet.
Just like the previous game, both teams took quite their, own sweet time taking that first blood till the turtle spawned. So maybe we would be seeing the same thing happening once again. But Vyas is already level 4, securing, stealing that one creep away from Fanny. At the same time, I think Yusa needs to look up to her jumps like she's used it twice, and she kind of
Mhm.
missed it out right now. And that's like essential resource you wouldn't like to be used up.
Okay, Fanny wanted to go in, and perhaps a
Oh,
kill coming right up. Louis gets the kill onto, but Fanny would be paying the price instead. A one-for-one trade right into first 2 minutes of match.
Um, that was kind of bad because Johan gets that kill. A jungler going down right when the turtle is about to spawn, especially a Fanny who really requires that blue buff. So, not a good time to be taken down. But at the same time, it was a trade. But definitely LCF winning it out if you ask me.
Yep, definitely. Getting the jungler is much more important than the mid laner, and because of it, they already get the turtle as well. So a plus point for their team. And right now, I'm looking forward to what will happen because after getting slide of the edge, you want to create the impact more and more, so you can snowball the game because that's the only way you can really win out if you want this game to be in your hands as well. So let's see what happens into this game.
I mean, true. And Guinevere, well, I was going to say that you were ready to jump out, but there is no one to support you. That was a great engage, but then the communication was lacking. Diversion coming in
Okay,
will not
diversion
be
being
actually
used
used
up.
up. And I think maybe
Okay.
focus towards the gold lane Ray because I think both Bruno as well as the Harik can be the bone of contention towards the late game need to be shut down.
Yep, definitely. Okay, Yushin uses the Earthshaker to just get the vision, perhaps. But yeah, gold lane focus hasn't been seen just yet. Perhaps they're just waiting so they can do a proper shutdown. That could be what they're aiming for. But so far, yeah, not much action into the gold lane. So let's see what happens. So far, they only shift to be you know, focused into the river area. But okay, Johan in a tight position, but he does have the dashes to get out. DRG really,
Oh,
I feel like that was really unnecessary and got taken down by a Tigreal's implosion. And right now, Hylos, they are aware that Hylos doesn't have the glorious pathway, and right now they're diving on top of him. They're using every possible resource to make sure this horse doesn't go back to the fountain to drink some water. Anyways, they're going to be proceeding to get the gold from the top turret. They're going to be getting that turret possibly soon because no possible backup coming in. And okay, bot lane, I see the Bruno is in a really hefty HP, whenever providing slight amount of backup, but it's just a fact. Okay, there was diversion, but I thought it was the enemies. But anyways, okay, they're gonna be proceeding back.
you know, I think Fanny pick for the side of Team Peak to Plummet not working out actually because um
Yep,
we do see the team is kind of split. At the same time, they did give away the first blood, and of course, the ultimate coming from YSS is kind of a direct counter for the Louis diversions. You can always check that where the team is, where the enemy is. So this time, LCF actually came prepared. Those two picks in their favor.
yep.
At the same time, I think Guniver needs to, she was trying to support Bruno right there in the bot lane, and Harit also got caught down, but then the rest of the team was there for the follow ups.
Exactly. And so far, Guinevere is not able to do proper engages anymore. She did, but the backup was just not there yet. And because of it, right now, okay, Bruno getting cornered by three people. But okay, let's see, five people gathering near the turtle pit. Everybody's right into that location. And there's the Earthshaker coming in from Yushin Shin, getting the vision. And right now, okay, a diversion play as well. We're going to be seeing a 5 versus 5 engage into the bottom lane. Both everybody's hiding into the bush. No, everybody's waiting to make the first move. Aizen might be the one to first fall in because he is the one with the revitalize. Okay, he gets taken down by Hilda's. Okay, bot lane also we are seeing a bone of contention coming in, and right now Hair gets taken down, and Hilda coming into the scene like the wild woman she is, takes down Guinevere as well. Yushin Shin taking the main turret, buying the time for his team, and Bruno dishing out the damage with his balls, trying to take down Pookie Pine, who finally falls, but what at price? Because look at the cost of their engage. Yushin Shin gets the turret, gets the blue, and Fanny would be suffering a little bit.
I mean, Fanny didn't have that blue, so she couldn't get that one kill. But at the same time, Johan doing an amazing job. The Purify hasn't made it out. He's all alone.
I do not understand why did he went to go alone, but he does survive, so win is a win. As okay, there's a diversion play coming. Johan, are you aware? You are not. You dive straight in into your death, and he gets taken down. And right now, Luo Wee also in a compromising position goes down as well, as Guinevere would be getting stunned by multiple people and would okay. Yusa really buying a lot of time, but the dashes are really, really fast for her to run away from.
I mean, that's the power of Harit. I think he's one of those heroes who can sustain quite a lot at this moment with the shields. Those constant dashes, pretty hard to be taken down. Meanwhile, look at Aizen always all alone, getting bombarded by all the members of Team LCF. They really do not want this guy to survive. Maybe they hate horses.
We need to stop horse phobia. Can't be horse phobic in 2025, guys. And okay, a diversion being used up, and that would be straight into the face of perhaps the Luo Wee. No, the Eve barely survives, but will get taken down as well. There's the Yin Yang combo coming in, but no casualty for the side. Again, I mean, Hui Speeder did fall, but okay, Hilda also taking a lot of damage, but Pokipine has enough sustenance. But there is the implosion play coming in onto the two people, and Harriet would be using the chrono dashes to take down Aizen, as well as, okay, surviving so far. Bruno would be getting out of the situation. 2-for-1 trade.
That was funny, you know. Just like you mentioned, the diversion was maybe right into the implosion of the Tigreal. They really need to be careful right there. And at the same time, I think Skyzen is playing pretty well. His positioning is good, only one death for now. And just maintain it that way. At the same time, I think that team fight, you know, if the side of Team Peak to Plummet did have their mid first tier, the situation might have changed because they were kind of hesitating to go dive deep, take that one kill. Meanwhile, just look at that 5-minute assault onto the Guinevere will be taken down pretty easily, and at the same time, tier 2 from the bot lane also taken away. LCF taking the charge in this game. Chloe as well as Kaizen really needs that protection, and I think Aizen needs to stay with his team because the Hylos is just, you know, kind of getting useless in those team fights because he's being taken down solo.
Yeah, exactly. And GRG's Fanny at this point is just a split push mechanic, and that's what they're going for. And they're going to be proceeding back. But damn, that was so brutal, man. Guinevere could not even dash away. Her jump was interrupted. But okay, implosion play. Zaman Force coming in. Fanny gets taken down immediately. And right now, okay, Guinevere with really good jump coming on top. But the Purify would be coming in. Hui Speeder would be falling as well, being the casualty. But okay, a lot of skills being used up left and right, poking happening, but they will probably retreat. But the Harriet is relentless, wants to keep going in. There's the Earth Shaker, the Mountain Shaker coming in, and Guinevere would be falling as well. And right now, Yushin Shin wants to go in for the double kill, secures it, and gets out.
I mean, Oasis does have a lot of mobility, and right now he's actually does have a lot of gold. I mean, look at him, 8,000 with 3 of his core items onto his name, dishing out a lot of damage. It's 9 minutes into the game, and yet he's performing so well. At the same time, I think Guinevere needs to be careful because she's trying to buy some time, but at the same time, she cannot be as tanky as a tank after all. And Aizen needs to stop wasting those Glorious Pathway because a lot of waste is coming in. They really need to protect Skyzen, but the diversion coming in once again. Peter might be taken down, but no, he just decides to.
Oh, that is so unlucky. There is the Mountain Shaker coming in, and because of it, they got revealed completely. Their plan, their ambush has been reversed ambush as the bodies will fall left and right, and Team Pick to Plummet will plummet not to the peak, but to the bottom. Okay, a pause also coming in. Is okay. That was just they were just blown away by what just happened. The pause happened because of it. Like what just happened? Their complete plan destroyed, and only the turret blessing saving the inhibitors. Only for now, as this lord would be going into the hands of Team LCF.
I mean, that one crucial diversion, if it could have connected, that could have changed everything. But it's really kind of funny how Eve just decides to go to the other bush, and then the Mountain Shaker comes in, and that's how Vice's ultimate is really, really good when it comes to countering out those diversions coming from Louis. And right now, easy Lord in the hands of Team LCF right now. They also have that 10k gold lead onto the grab. So I think P2 Plummet really just maybe need to sit into the base and defend because that's the only hope they have right now.
Exactly. The goal lead is really high, 10k into the hands of Team LCF. And right now, the Lord is marching down the base as well. Glorious pathway being used up to perhaps do something. But how much is the question as the turret will fall? Yin Yang being used, Zaman Force being used up as well. Hylos will be the first casualty falling in. RWM into the base. And Luo Wei would be falling. 4 man knock up coming in for the Guinevere. But it is up to no avail as who is Peter coming in with the flicker winter crown, but he will be able to survive as he takes down the Bruto as Team LCF would be securing game number 2, putting the score 1-1.
I mean, what can I see? The draft itself was pretty good coming from the hands of Team LCF. Pretty, outdrafted. The smart draft they panned out. The phobias didn't let Aizen have it. At the same time, Harriet, I think, is one of the game changers right there because he did have that Purify. Couldn't be caught on that CC which Kuniwa provided. And of course, he's pretty hard to kill. Like, only 11 minutes into the game, the gold lead was so high, he already has the Holy Crystal too. So, yeah, at this point, you can just say that the marksman, Skyzen, as well as the Louis did an amazing job, but that,
Mhm.
the snowball which Johan got was something they shouldn't have let happen.
I mean, definitely. Like, I understand they wanted to prioritize the Luoi, but it was a bait that LCF put out. I already told you right into the first game, LCF was hiding their cards, and that is exactly what happened. They could have used the Yushin into the first game, but they did not because they knew they might get banned in the second game. And Team Peak to Plummet bought into the bait and would be losing out. And right now, we're going to be moving straight ahead into game number 3 because it's going to be creating another impact for both of these teams. And I'm looking forward to it. Are you not, Asuya?
I mean, of course, I am looking forward to game 3 because this is the best of 5, and like two more games are needed which can just decide that which team will be taking away the crown. Like if it's a straight win for LCF, or will it be Peak to Plummet showing the aggression they showed in the first game, surprising us with a win?
Definitely. I mean, that is basically what's going to happen. After all, whoever gets this game would be one step closer and would be creating that extreme pressure into their opponent team because they would need only one more game, while the other team, they would need two more. And because of it, it is going to be interesting from this point on. But anyways, let's move straight into the draft and let's see what Big to Summit has to respond for LCF, or will LCF will stand out even stronger and they put the score to 2-1. Let's see. But anyways, both of these teams this time I feel like they are a little bit more aware of each other's plans. Let's see what Pick to Summit does, honestly, because I'm looking forward to their counter because they know Luowi is not going to be working out in their favor because it did not work the second time. It's not going to be working out in the third time. I know people say third time's the charm, but not in a game like this, definitely.
I mean, true, and with that, we are already seeing those standard bans coming in. Joy, being banned out in most, like all three of the games. Same goes for Zushin. No one wants the control which Zushin can provide, the aggro she can provide. Same time, Joy with the mobility, dishing out a lot of damage, the potential to die behind the lanes. But at the same time, if you
Mhm.
do see LCF, actually, if their bans, like most of them are the bans which are specializing in diving behind the lane. Same goes for Gadot, same goes for Joy.
Yeah, they really want to protect who is Peter, and that didn't happen into the first game, but into the second game it happened, and they were able to make good use of all those RWMs, and that is basically what they're looking for. I mean, and also one more thing is that Gatotkacha is just overall a crazy hero right now. Like, he's tanky, he dishes out damage, and the best fact is that his AOJ can be used as a retreat source, as an engage source. You can use it as a zone out source. It's everything, and because of it, so many teams consider him one of the best of the best, and I agree as well. Anyways, let's see what happens into the game because I'm looking forward. And right now, Harris will not see the light of the day because obviously LCF knows it. They can't give away the Harriet, and Peak Diplomat is also aware of it right now. Let's see what would be the hero they would be willing to trade. It would be really hilarious if LCF picked up the Louis this time, but I feel like that won't be the case. What do you think?
Well, Granger is open. Might as well just
Yeah,
lock
yeah,
down onto that
definitely.
hero. Like one of the best gold laners right now, and Harith has been banned by themselves. They themselves. I think it was kind of a bait. So,
Yep.
because they could have definitely gone in for the Harith, but then they just decided to not go in for it. And of course, it will be
Yep.
Stark, um, just locking down onto our violinist.
Yep. 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 That was a bait, and they pick it up. Let's see if Pick the Plummet's plans can also be working out in their favor. They pick up the Louis again. These guys, they are not afraid. They want this woman. I mean, she's fine. I understand, but I feel like it's gonna be interesting. That is all I can say because after getting such hard counter, okay though this time Johan. Okay, they're just hovering over. They're just hovering over. It's still a little bit early because it's gonna be the Hylos being locked in, and let's see what's gonna be the jungler. Are they gonna be making debut of not debut, like gonna show up with the Yushin again, or will we see something else?
Well, they might as well. At the same time, Hylos being one of the best flex picks right there, with a lot of HP to be tanked, and this classic combo offer Hylos as well as the Eve. It's so good that hitbox she provides. The slow is there, the slow and slow is kind of doubled from the glorious pathway which will be coming in. So side of peak to plummet really need to, maybe take more mobile heroes who can dash away and take down Peter because we did see that how good Eve was in the previous game, providing a lot of utility.
Absolutely apologize for the delay, but I'm back again. I'm sorry, but anyways, gonna be moving to the straight into the second phase of the ban. I'm sorry I didn't hear you what you said, but I'm gonna be proceed with it. You can tell me again, Asia. But anyways, looking at the picks and everything, they do pick up the Eve again into the favor, and I do not understand how Peak Diplomat is planning to like counter it. They do have the Suyo this time as well as Airtel that both worked out in their favor into the first game, but Team LCF they have the Granger and I'm not really sure what they're going to be doing with it. Even the high loss went to the hands of Jobom. And if I'm not wrong, Jobom really likes to play with the horse. I think that's the reason that they did not, like the horse because hey, it's supposed to be our pick. Why did you pick it up?
And look at Peak to Plummet respecting Johan's voices right there because he was playing really good in the early game because he knew when to use up those dashes. He knows he has that immunity, he has the damage, and of course a perfect counter for the diversions which will be coming in. This time did not want to take that chance, and Peak to Plummet will be banning him out. And with that, the same goes for the side of Team LCF, banning out our Phoebus once again. They really do not want to deal with this guy.
I mean, definitely, Phobius creating so much havoc for the team. Understandable. This fighter is. I mean, honestly, I would ban him under the first place, and sometimes even picking him under the first place because I feel like he's such a valuable hero that I mean, yeah, CC kind of counters him, but in the team fights, I don't think so. Overall, into the team fights, this guy is a menace. And okay, Peak to Plummet Yusa really likes heroes that can, throw people around or something because he has picked up not the calf, the jawhead, but let's see. I'm really curious to see Johan's pick this time because his jungler really has to compete with. Oh my god, I feel like it's slightly over for Team Peak Deployment because they forgot about the glue. This is what happens when you feel the pressure from the draft. You make hasty decisions like banning out that Yushin Shin. might have been unnecessary because the glue is left out open into this game, and we know he's going to be creating havoc. And Johan would be coming in with the yellow card for his team.
Well, there is always the CC open, a great counter for either of those two picks because definitely it will be
Let's get
the
some examples.
Pine on the EXP lane with the glue. So makes sense, but then again, I really love that Jawhead pick right here because they will be able to cancel out that ult and maybe able to just throw away Peter. And Peter on the Eve is one of the crucial um a composition of that entire draft because she will be the one providing a lot of utility with the RWM, with the slow, with the hitbox, which the rest of the team will be capitalizing on. And you really want to take her down. And Jawhead is one of those heroes who can actually nail that job.
Mhm.
And with that, I
Yep.
think CC again in the early game will be really, really good when it comes to zoning people away, out competing Pine against that Lou. Let's just see how it goes because I think Louis in all three games actually played it pretty well. Need to mind the positioning. At the same time, Alucard, and nowadays with the changes with the buffs, this guy, it's kind of really, really hard to kill.
Yep. Definitely. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, Alucard is something that if you told people 10 seasons ago it would be played in tournament games, like, oh, it's a pro quick. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn. This is MOBA Legends 5v5 Odisha Series, and this is game number 3 of the match 1 of double elimination of tonight. Yep, the loser would be going to the lower brackets, and you want to avoid that. It's Team LCF going against Pixie Plummet. The score is, what was it again? Because
One to
Asiya is
one.
here. Yep, Asiya is here to aid me. She's the best. Anyways, classic rotation from overall. Let's see what happens and who gets the first blood and who wins out the first turtle engage.
Well, yes, and at the same time, if you do see LCF, they do have kind of a really tanky composition. Three heroes once again will be really hard to kill. Meanwhile, of
Yep.
course, Pine will be losing out to Ice and CC, although the side of Team LCF just know that they need to shut down Ice and the Venge is being popped up might be the first blood which you were looking for, Ray.
Yep, and that's the issue. CC doesn't have the dash, and Team LCF, they were just aware like CC cannot get out once she goes in with the aggression, and they made good use of it as she gets taken down right away, first blood. And right now, Glue, okay, Glue really has to watch out a little bit because he already played that bait part, can't work it twice. But let's see. Okay, top lane, what's happening? Granger having a little hard time, which is understandable. It's supposed to happen. Irtel wins out against Granger in the early game.
I mean, of course. But at the same time, look at that. Pine taking on Yusa. Once again, LCF on the rampage. I think they finally
Yes.
understood how to counter out the side of Team Peak to Plummet because in the first game they were kind of split apart. Were not together. That's something which Peak to Plummet was capitalizing on with those diversions, taking them off guard. But this time, they are
Mhm.
always together. And of course, these three tanky heroes, along with the Eve, these four are the heroes. Like, the more you stay together, the more that synergy is, the more the damage is. And that's something which LCF understands right now. So, yeah, they're playing it pretty well for now.
Yep. I really like the squad initials are LOL, not LCF anymore. LOL. Okay, diversion coming in. I think Eve was aware, but so was Team LCF, and because of it, they were well prepared. There is the diversion, not sorry, RWM coming in. GRG will be the first one to fall, and Jabom with that emote play uses up the glorious pathway and would get taken down. Airtel is also coming into the scene, trying to provide the aid, and okay, Johan rarely standing, but okay, pays a price, 1 for 1, but okay. Pokemon wants to create something but really not able to. And what is happening? Back and forth. And okay, does he have the split? Maybe not because he might get taken down here, and he does. And quite a chaotic fight, but the score is 4-4. Interesting.
In that team fight, Pine could have definitely escaped, but I think he just wanted to be thrown because he thought maybe he will be able to take down Louis, but the cards turned on him. But meanwhile, just look at that.
Okay, Jabom gets taken down for the cost of the lower V. Perhaps a good trade after all, Roman for a mage, but and that is really interesting. Wanting to be thrown, that is definitely a new thing for me. But yeah, anyways, right now, let's see what happens because the next turtle will be up very late. Until then, there's a little bit of cooldown.
I mean, true, and with that, both teams actually on a equal footing when it comes to the macro as well as the micro right there. And I think Loi really needs to be careful. She was in a really low HP, but then, they took a lot of time just to take down Pine. Maybe could have one of the persons could just have held out for taking that turtle. And of course, Louis should have just recall. I don't know why stay there, give away your life. These are the short things which you really want to avoid, but they are happening. At the same time, the EXP lane, we do know that it will be Aizen which will be coming out on top unless Pine gets some of those equipments. Meanwhile,
Hmm.
in the top lane, none of the marksmen are getting engaged right now with the diversion coming in.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a deja vu, but there is the diversion coming in from the back door. There is the okay, Huispiro would be surviving, and the casualty might just be Yusa because he would be falling down, down, and they're gonna be retreating up, up. Okay, they're gonna go back.
The diversion was there into that bush, and then the rest of the entire team actually managed to go away separate ways. Meanwhile, I think Loi in a very precarious position will be taken down along with the first tier from the top lane. Aizen and GRG are there for the support, but I do not think so that they should engage between four people, of course, because there's Johan as well as Louis. And Spidey is also right there. Maybe just recall once again to not overextend because they were definitely losing out on the macro. And with this, it will be an easy turtle for the side of Team LCL.
Yeah, they're really winning it out onto the engages, and Glue is just working out over time. Like his presence into this game is creating so much pressure. I mean, so much tanky coming in from the hands of Team LCF, and it's just working out all over. Retail though, Skyzen really wants to create a little bit of impact into the game. Will he be able to? But really good map awareness. But there's four people coming in, flicker play happening, and he's gonna be taken down by the Skypiercer of this Granger. But okay, diversion play coming in. Who is Peter was aware or not? The question is he gets thrown away, but the damage coming in from this Stark Teasy is too much for themselves as they're falling like dominoes right now as three people fall at the cost of only one.
I mean, what can I say at this point? I think Peak to Plummet is just getting out rotated by LCF. Just look at them, the way they're marching like an army. Five people together just to take down the Erytha. And of course, Erytha has been doing good, but of course, the shutdowns taken are something you really do not want to give out because LCF slowly but definitely getting the upper hand they really need. They do have the macro onto their hands, two turrets down from the top as well as the bot lane. At the same time, the diversions are on point, but somehow there's some misplay coming from the side of Team Peak to Plummet, which is actually making them lose it out.
Yep, definitely, Asuya. And right now, the last hurdle would be coming up soon. The goal lead is not that staggering, but it's quite huge considering. Okay, no, it's actually huge. It's only been 7 minutes and they already have a 4K goal lead. Team LCF really leading the game this time. And Team Peak to Plummet is really forced into that back seat as they are not able to do anything much anymore. Jabom onto that high loss is really creating the impact alongside Pookie Pine, giving the window of opportunity for Sarkeezy. There is a diversion play coming in, gets thrown away, and what is happening as Aizen is the only one left there and gets taken down. Right now, their barrages just do not stop. They're gonna be taking the blue buff away and going back as look at Yusa, just still guy recalling as the mid turret will fall.
I mean, LCF definitely on the rampage right now. And like this is 7 months since the game, they do have to correlate, and at the same time, Soyo is a great hero for the steal, but won't be able to do it. Unfortunately, the retribution was way too early, but he might be taken down on the chopping block with Louis there, but the diversion gameplay is slow coming in.
Okay, there is the glorious pathway coming in as well. A lot of flickers being wasted out, but okay, RWM at to the edge of the map. But all right, there is the CC who gets taken down first away. Alucard's damage, impressive as he gets the double kill and scoots away. No issues.
Cece, why did you enter in between five people? What was she thinking? Like, CC is a great EXP laner when it comes to solo, when in those team fights, unless your
Even
team is
one
actually
versus three, yeah.
winning. Yes, unless your team is actually winning, she kind of falls down. At the same time, she did see that how low her entire team was. They were just trying to recall, get back that HP. But then He just decides to go in Rambo, and at the same time, the rest of the team just decides to, maybe not recall, maybe just stand there and contemplate, maybe we should go in or not, and they paid the price. Alucard taking that double kill, easy kill for him.
Okay, there's a glorious pathway, and the damage is just a little bit too much right now. Airtel gets taken down, and the next into the chopping plus was the Luowi as she falls as well. And contemplating about that, yeah, it's basically me whenever I go to a restaurant. I keep thinking about should I eat this or eat not. Yeah, basically that's what happened to them. But right now, it looks like Team LCF is just playing an overall really snowball game, and Team Peak to Plummet just doesn't have the answers right now, just like me in an exam.
I mean, true, and I'm kind of surprised
True.
that I'm kind of surprised right now that Jahan, the Alucard, is actually working down. Like so much range in the hands of team Peak to Plummet right now. They even have the Jawhead, and yet Alucard isn't afraid to go in, dive down, take those kills.
Yeah, because I just noticed he's going for the tanky build. Really impressive. And oh, Stark Easy. 1 HP survived. 603. He could have been shut it down right now, but good for him. Good for him, right? Good for him. I mean, you saw it, right? Alucard has the tanky build, the Warex, Queen's Wings, and Thunderbelt. That is actually a good build, honestly.
I mean, he did get sorry, buffed. That's what I'm saying. That he is kind of unkillable, like really hard to kill, and on top of that, going in for the sustain build just like a Fanny would. So yeah, LCF definitely working it out pretty good for themselves. And of course, Stark on that Granger making those gameplays, especially the Dead Sonata dishing out a lot of damage right now. He has a War Axe.
Yep. It's for slight true damage, and Warx is the only thing that can give him regeneration. But okay, there's the diversion play coming into the Lord. Are they aware? They are indeed. But let's see RWM coming, popping off right away. Luowi would be the first one to fall, as Johan just has a lot of damage. Godlike for Sarteezy. Irtel is just running haphazardly. She doesn't know where to go, and she will be going back to the fountain as GRG is also pushed to the bottom and would be forced. Okay, Sarkizi trying to find him, and Suyo just is not able to land the skill and gets taken down, as they will be able to secure this lord.
I mean, the divergence, I was saying that they are pretty good when it comes to changing the game. But in this game, I think all the diversions are just breaking it for them because every time Louis uses a diversion and the team just decides to follow up, it's at least four members down. The team is being split apart and it's not working it out. And it's not working for them at this point. Maybe since the Lord is also there, they are just waiting it for to become the Luminous Lord, as the 12-minute mark is pretty close by. And at this point, Peak to Plummet with that goal deficit 10k, more than 10k, it's 11k. They may just need to sit around the base because they're boxed up right now. Defend, try to farm up, try to get the farm to the Irithel. At the same time, try to defend your mage and marksman because that's something which they were able to do in the first game and this, reap the benefits. But in this game, they're not able to do that and they're kind of losing it out, Ray.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Louis overall has not been working out in their favor, just like you said. And right now they're going to be losing out this slot. They're going in for the bait diversion, and they were prepared for it. So, yeah, that's just a resource being wasted out. And Louis' diversion not being played into the favor is just playing into their loss right now, as this slot will go uncontested for the hands of Team LCF. And okay, they want to go in for perhaps an engage because there's the glorious pathway RWM being popped off as well. And right now they're gonna be taken down left and right as double kill for Stark TZ. The damage is immaculate, and Irtel might be next into the chopping block, but she knows when to go back, and she goes back. Oh, this one, this Irtel doesn't have a bike. Even the Hylos is thinking. Even Asuya is thinking right now. But anyways, the base is going to be marked up by the Lord. There's the glorious pathway coming in, and right now Suyo would be forced to retreat. Aizen first falls down, but the Lord is already into the base. One hit, two hit, the base might be falling down soon. Pine will be the first casualty for the hands of Team LCF, and somehow, despite the odds, Team Peak to Plummet go for a really good defense. Hmm. Okay, into the top lane. RWM being used up as a zoning out potential to push up the turret. And let's see. Okay, they got two inhibitors down. The third one is up for the grabs for Team LCF. And the map control is completely shifted to the hands. Okay, there is a diversion play coming in. And right now, this might be the moment of thing that they were looking for, as he'll be able to take down Granger. But Tui Speeder makes a good complete turnaround as they take down the Irtel. Alucard also makes a good trade, able to fight out a 1 versus 2 situation to himself. And Hylos is the only one left standing, trying to fight it out. But Alucard is back. Johan really wants to go in as he secures another kill. A godlike for this Alucard as he gets thrown inside the base. But Spooky Pine is coming back for that backup and will be able to retreat. And right now, the base is what Team LCF is looking for, as they're going to be charging down into the Nexus. Want to take down, but Alucard will be falling. A shutdown, but the base
Oh,
will be surviving as Spooky Pine might also get taken down here.
there might be a diversion gameplay to take down Porcupine unless Aizen has something else to say though. But there is the region coming in will not be able to sustain. And with that peak to Plummet managing to just, survive, managing to take their base. Okay, but the RWM coming in, Louis might be taken down by the Death Sonata combo right there. That was too much of an overengage. I think they got way too excited because they got those kills, those shutdowns. Because if you look at the goal lead, kind of closed up a bit, but at the same time now, we don't have even a single inhibitor left. The base's HP is actually less than half. All LCF needs just maybe just one Lord and a good engage. That might be the end.
Yep, definitely. It's sitting at around 25% health. And one slash from this luminous floor is just gonna be the end of their story. Not story just yet, because they're gonna be getting the 2-for-1 score. But yeah, it's gonna be pushing them to a lot of bad place. But anyways, right now the Lord is up. It's up for the grabs. Let's see who wins out the retribution, because right now GRG really wants to go in, but Hylos is there, creates the glorious pathway, slowing down GRG quite a bit. But Airtel
Oh,
really trying to, but Solo being taken down. Okay, the Lord is also reset. Team LCF just completely baiting out Team Peak to Plummet as
the base.
four people completely fall, and Team LCF will win this out because Suyo is the only one standing. Flicker play coming in from Hui Speeder. This guy is not afraid as Team LCF gets game number 3.
I mean, what a game! It was a really, really good game, especially from the side of Team Peak to Plummet. The way they were able to, defend for those two waves or maybe three waves. That was quite commendable because I really didn't think that they will be able to come back from it. But at the same time, that's what I was saying that now you don't have even a single inhibitor left, so a lot of minion pressure will be something you will be facing. So maybe could have gone in, managed those lanes, cleared it out before they tried to dive in onto that lord. Because if you see towards the end, the diversion wasn't even used up by Louis. So maybe he could have just used it up to get near the Lord while you're clearing the top lane. If it's better than not using it at all, right?
Yep, definitely. Team Peak to Plummet, great effort, but feels like the same strategy is not working out for them. They need to renovate, innovate something new, because Louis worked out well into the first game, did not work out into the second, did not work out into the third. Despite this Louis really giving a good performance, it's just not working anymore because Team LCF is able to predict where they are coming in. I mean, it's just the bushes, so it's quite predictable after a few tries. That they are really suffering. Their mid laner is not able to give them what they need, and they're actually losing out the team fights whenever they use the diversion. And because of that, they are just losing their fights non-stop. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be coming right back with game number 4 after a short break. Stay tuned because this is going to be really interesting. And let's see if Team LCF would be getting this game, or Team Peak to Plummet is going to be
Welcome back to the MLOS season 1, and this time we are here for the double elimination round, which is going between LCF Lakshmi Chitpan versus Pick to Plummet PTP. And this is the fourth set, as the score is 2-1. You already know about it, and I'm so delightful to do the casting today. Myself, Astizi, with my friend over there, Devi. I'm so delightful to be here with her. Hello, Devi. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, everyone. It's so, like you said, very delightful to be casting together again. And this is a team that we have been looking very, very forward to, LCF as well as Pick to Comment. And there's a fun fact about myself, I would say, because have always been there to cast our Pick to Comment. I don't know how, but they are always there when I am the one getting the fixture for a cast. So I'm so happy to see and cast for teams that I know of.
Obviously, and there you go. I mean, the score is 2-1, and this is the best of five. So we're gonna see some more action, perhaps. If Pick to Plummet don't want to go out from this tournament, not from this tournament, because if you lose this match, you'll be going to the lower bracket. So if you don't want to go to the lower bracket, give a tight fight in this match. I can say that the Hilda as well as the Jushin getting banned from both sides right now. Let's see what will happen. I mean, both of them are literally great heroes, we all know. And the invasion capability of the Hilda is totally at its best. So banning it is a great choice coming out from Team Pick right now. And what do you think, Debbie? Who gonna win this match? I mean, LCF or Pick?
LCF actually are a squad that are known to throw the first game, right? They do usually are very good in reading out the opponents as well, but we cannot just read out pick to Plummet as well because they are so good in how they are drafting their mindset as well. Very, very brilliant in how they approach their draft and how they manage to enable their jungle and I seriously have a favor onto the mid laners as well because the mid trio are so good in rotating as well. Meanwhile, LCF does have that monster mates into their kit as well, who is Peter so good and amazing on every mazes that he gets his hands onto. So I'm willing to see how these two team fights out because they are so good in mechanics as well as the drafting.
Obviously, but there you go. We are seeing right now a Granger ban and a Matilda ban. Right now, I'm thinking they will go for the Harriet. Okay, it's not a Harriet, it's a Halos. I mean, Halos is a great flex pick. It can be go for the EXP as well as the roamer capability. So banning it is a great choice coming out from Team Pick right now. I don't want a Joy because maybe LCF is cooking for going for that Suyu. What do you think, JB?
Mhm. Yeah, they are actually making way for the studio, but they can use the band coming out from Picture Planet to their own advantage as well. But the Hilda and Matilda, those early game aggressive band coming out, yep, I feel like they do want to go for the assassin, but there's something about Johan as well because he is known for the stick and mean YS as he play, but it's always onto the last stages of the picking phase that where he go for that jungle. But actually, I think they do prioritize their mazes first because here we go. Who is Peter just picking that Louis for himself? The divers and surprise attacks will always going to be present. And I feel like Pick the Planet do need to have an answer for these two picks.
Obviously, I mean, Louis is the great hero of LCF, so they picked it right now. So we're gonna see so many diversion in the map. But there you go, the Harith I was talking about to get banned in this match, but it's got picked by Team Pick right now. So I mean, in the current patch, we have already seen how much buff this little guy got. So he is literally managing to give so much damage right now. But here you go, Eve against this Luoi. So we're gonna see some range and so many magic damage in this match coming out from Eve also. So it's diversion versus real world manipulation, guys. Let's see who gonna win this match. I mean, if Peak to Plummet are winning this match, then we're going to see the fifth set of the upper bracket match of today's double elimination round. And obviously, you are in the last stage, last moments of MLOS. So you're gonna see the peak action, the absolute cinema in this tournament because these teams have fought in the earlier rounds and have been come to this place just to fight with each others and to be crowned as the MLOS king, as the MLOS season 1 champion. So guys, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned with us. Hit the subscribe button, share the stream to your friends, like the stream, comment in the stream about your favorite parts. And there you go. We're gonna see a Ishan Shin this time in the side of Team LCF, and they banned the Suyu this time. Obviously, I mean Joy is banned, so you should ban the Suyu if you're not picking it. Otherwise, the team gonna pick it. So Debbie, what do you think? What more going to ban right now? I mean, the jungler section is already over. So what do you think pick gonna
Oh.
ban? Yes, the blue.
That I was thinking of maybe a tanky frontliners that the picture Plummet would go for, but it's actually them banning out those XP potential. But onto the side of LCF as well, they are yet to pick out. I mean, they are still flexing onto that Gatot because the Gatot can also go into the roaming phases. So picture Plummet, they do not want to gamble on this, and they will directly go ban out those tankier heroes, even though they need at least one for themselves. But Aizen on that Phoebus is so dependable. He's a very good under the laning phase as well. But meanwhile, Pine also amazing on that XP lane as well. So they it also comes down to that solo laning they have on how they enable their teams. That's like kind of a battle of an XP laners as well. But onto the side of LCF, they did ban out the Hayabusa with the high damage, high mobility heroes that can be a threat for the Yi Sin into the early stages of this game. So they are actually just playing for enabling their jungle at this point because Johan already picked out the Yi Sin so very early on, so they do need to take out those heroes that can potentially disable him.
Obviously, and there you go. We're gonna see so many portals around the ML. I mean, Land of Dawn, because Chip has got into the hand of LCF Joe Bomb, and obviously, oh my goodness, Caramilla this time.
Oh,
So this is a great pick. I mean, having this Eve with the Caramilla's ulti, they pick going to be too good in this match. They haven't picked the jungler yet, so I'm a bit surprising. What will be the jungler? It's a Leo mode, my
oh,
favorite hero here, guys. Leo mode has already been picked by Grow this time. I mean, this match is going to be literal best by both of the teams. We are not seeing the usual picks. We are seeing so many unusual picks this time. A
mhm.
Leo mode, jungler by pick to Plummet this time, and a Ishan Shin from the side of LCF. I mean, both the junglers have a great mobility, and Leo with his horse is a deadly combo, guys. You all know about it. Let's see what will happen in this match. I'm eagerly waiting for it. Debbie, the pick has already been over. So, my question to you once more looking after the draft, you're with the LCF or with the team pick to plummet because you always get a chance to cast for pick to plummet.
Yep, because Pixel Pop has been always good on how they pick their heroes. The direct answer for Jabom here on his chip is the Carmilla right there, but also LCF has a very, very expensive two picks on their side. So we have to see how the execution goes because both of the teams have a very, very good lineup as well. LCF side very expensive, but onto the Picture Planet side, they do have that early game aggression with the presence of Leo more into the jungle.
Obviously, and here we are in the Land of Dawn for the double elimination round, going between LCF in the red side versus in the blue side. We have Pick to Plummet. The score is 2-1. It's a best of 5, guys. Whoever win will proceed to the upper bracket, and whoever lose will go to the lower bracket. So, guys, don't worry, you have a chance. So go for it. Bring it on, guys. Here for the fourth set. Let's look after the match. The poking has already been started in the middle lane. And Caramilla, obviously, the aggressive lineup coming from the, I mean, a total aggressive lineup. But there you go. Luoi in
Oh,
and damage was coming onto the Caramilla, but managed to escape at the moment in a very inch of HP into the mid lane section. And right now, let's see who's gonna take this Bulbasaur. Obviously, the Bulbasaur will be taken down by a Leo mode this time. It's a Litho, guys. I call it Bulbasaur.
yeah, but the poking coming out onto the mid lane is so phenomenal at this time. Who is Peter taken very, very low, but he did deal a lot of damage on himself with the duality as well as the dispersion onto the Carmilla user right there. But there's a bit of a skirmish as for the bomb and user, but they are not gonna commit onto anything because they do not have both of their mid laners onto their side.
Yeah, obviously, and look at that. Yi Sun Shin is literally giving a little bit of pookie damage to the Caramilla this time, and no fight from both the sides. A very defensive gameplay from both of them. I mean, the turtle will be arising soon into the land of dawn. Let's see who gonna take this first turtle. But in the goal line section, a little bit of pressure on the Harith from the beginning right now. But you all know that Harith is a great goal laner in the current patch, having those buff and having those damage with the dashes. He is a total menace in the land of dawn in the goal line section. And let's see, the turtle fight has already been started. Devi, who do you think gonna take this turtle?
At this point, you already did have the advantage, but he's taken very, very low.
Obviously, real one manipulation on, and the team fight has already been started. It's the Phobias going into the team fight. So much damage into them. Vengeance has been on, but this is the first blood for the Ishan Shin's ulti. And Chip will be getting down over there. Diversion is already been placed, but there you go at a very inch of HP. Gato have to go to the heaven, but in the meantime, we can see this is a very nice way to take on that Phobias by the Louis. And at a very less HP right now, Harith is literally getting pressurized by that Nathan in the goal lane section. And Cheap is back to the place. So let's see, the gank is a 2-for-2 trade. None of them won the gank, but I can say the turtle literally goes to the LCF side. But Chip took it. I mean, that's unusual.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we can see against a Leomore, it's kind of a fight where the Leomore will have that early game advantages, but it's actually just Johan just diving in into the right time with the AOZ connecting into perfect timing onto the turtle, and it's just they turn that tide for their favor. It's just working out well for them now. Johan's gonna be very very farmed up, and when Johan uses that E and he always go for that farm. Just his team are the one who's acting as a support, as an enabler, and they are just waiting for that power spike that Johan's gonna have on his E season. And I think they are doing quite well onto this how they rotate around the map as well, because they are completely leaving the Natan and the Harith by themselves. And Natan is a kind of hero that needs so much gold, so much minions, and there are times when he don't even join team fights very early on. It's the late game where he signs but onto the mid.
Oh my goodness, that damage coming from the Luo E right now into the mid lane. A great gank has already been placed. Caramel at a very less HP managed to escape over there. There, look at that Leo mode entering into the team fight with the help of the Phobias. The AOG connecting over two peoples over there. And that's a great game fight has been going on. And it's a double kill for the Nathan. Going into that Leo as well as that Phobias. And this turtle will be going to freely to that side of LCF right now. Pipe 2 is the score, and LCF literally jeopardizing the moment. Diversion connecting over there. Real one manipulation already on. Killing spree for the Louis onto that Harris. It's a turtle been still down by that Ishan Shin over there, and look at that at a very less HP Caramilla with that mage over there, and so much damage by this Nathan. I can say the first tire turret will be getting down over there. Phobius in the bot lane section right now. I mean, this team fights has been winning by the team LCF. Even the neutral objectives are been taken down by them. So, I mean, literally LCF is cooking right now. So maybe this could be the last match of this BO5 set.
Oh, there's a diversion on this side, and here he's a very old. That's taking so low, and he's gonna be falling into the hands of Stark right there. But what a wise decision and a usable boost right there for Peter. I feel like this guy has so much map sense, but onto the top side as well.
Obviously, the team fight already started. AOG this time connecting over there at a very less damage. Caramilla have to go to the heaven this time, and the turret will also get destroyed by Team LCF. They are literally jeopardizing right now into the land of dawn against the pick to Plummet, and they're literally managing to do whatsoever they want in right now. I mean, this is a pure aggression showing by them.
Oh.
Chip, look at the chip into the Leo mode. That way was too good, and they managed to take on that jungler. I mean, okay, Leo mode is a great hero, but you can't use it in a tournament. I mean, it's good in the early game, but in the late game, it don't have any damage. But right now, in the early game also, Leo mode is not working. So what do you think, Debbie? Will there a chance that Pick to Plummet will come back in this match?
Yeah, they have to wait for the Eve to just try to deal a lot of damage with the real manipulation, but the bomb will be safe from now. But they have to wait for
Oh my
Skies
goodness,
and
look at that
the
AOG connecting over there with a vengeance on the team fight has already been started and so much damage going over there. Who gonna take the kill? It's Ishan Shin will be taking down that Phobia. Shut down that Nathan. Double kill for the Ishan Shin into that Harith and it's just shut down by Leo Mod to that Luo E. It's a double kill for the Leo at a very less HP. Look at that Gato going for that Leo Mod right now at a very less HP. He couldn't manage to escape from there. It's a mega kill for the Ishan Shin into the bot lane section. Right now, look at that. Oh my goodness, the turret has been.
Yep, there was a lot of damage coming in for the side of Eastern right there. The bomb with the sets, and that was an Avengers shambles that we always see when there's a presence of the chip. What an amazing setup both of the teams had right there. GRZ did make a comeback onto that skirmishes onto the bot side, but he was still so behind, and you don't want to be behind when you are on a fighter jungle. You are the in the early game advantage, and they did not seem to have that within this game. And it's actually the Yisensen dealing a lot of damage and having the level lead as well as the goal lead and the turtle. That's a third turtle onto the hands of Zerhan right there, and he's gonna hurt a lot later the games goes. And that's a diversion play again.
Obviously, look at that. I mean, getting those neutral objectives as well as the turrets in the Land of Dawn right now. LCF is literally going maniac in this match. Obviously, I mean, they are literally playing like they're gonna win this match. As Devi said, they literally trade their first match and then they became like a god-like and they were taking down everything. And look at that Mountain Shocker giving so much damage to the heroes right
Oh,
now. I mean, this is what you call about the damage about the gold earned by that Ishan Shin from the beginning. I mean, so much damage he got right now. The score is 12-4, and the goal deficit is too much. I mean, 7K goal deficit I can see in the map right now. So, what do you think, Debbie? I mean, oh my
oh,
goodness, look at that team fight. Nathan going on to that Caramilla. No chance for a bloody hunt. Railroad manipulation has already been on. AOG connecting 4 people. Louis managing to take the mace down and his Harith who gonna take the gold laner with him. And there you go. Phobius will be getting down with it, getting a kill over there. And it's a double kill for the Harith. And at the very less HP, managed to escape after taking that double kill. It's a 2-for-4 trade. Sorry, 3-for-4 trade right now. Phobius with the Luo is still there. I mean, sorry, Ishan Shin with the Luo is still there in the Land of Dawn. But literally, I thought that, I mean, there is a little bit spark. There's a little bit ray of hope, we can say, Flick to Plummet have because they got that Harith in their hand. So in the late game, Harith can give so much immense damage. So maybe he be the star of this match for Pick to
mhm.
Plummet.
Yeah, I mean, he did have to have that holy crystal onto his kit in order to deal a lot of damage and just try to outrange that Nathan as well as the Yisensin at this point. But there's so much damage coming on for the side of LCF right now. There couldn't be anyone soaking that much damage.
Obviously, look at that. So much damage. Shut down. That our Ishan Shin got shut down by the Leo mod. The portal has already been on.
Oh,
Nathan is literally managing to taking the kills over there. Harith will be getting down also. Minions going into the base. And look at that. Lord is still open. So Nathan is going for the Lord right now. Diversion connecting at the Lord place. They will be going for the Lord. It will be a free Lord for the LCF. The score is 28. Literally, LCF has an upper hand in this match. So much damage to the Lord. They will be taking this Lord very easily, obviously. And look at that goal deficit. Again, I can say it's right now 8K. So, I mean, at
mhm.
this moment, if Pick to Plummet gonna come back, then it will be like a dream for me.
And yeah, there's so a little window of opportunity for them because LCF are just shoving them into their own base, not letting them farm as well. And most of the neutral objective are falling into the hands of Zohan as well, and they didn't manage to take down even a single turret. At this point, LCF are just making the calls, taking the shots, and they are just into the driver's seats. And Picture Puppet are just answering to these team fights, and they do not play like this. They do want to go for that early aggression as well, and they are not managing
Oh
to
my
do that
goodness,
in
look
this
at those
game.
mountain chakra and there you go. Phobias got caught into the AOG. Railroad manipulation already been on and it will be Ishan Shin taking down the Phobias. And Leo mode with the Phantom
Oh,
Steed going for that, but there you go. It's a double kill for the Ishanshin going inside the turret, and Nathan managing to take so much damage onto the heroes, and they're going for the base directly. LCF 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit, 5 hit, 6 hit. The cost of blood already been there, but it's LCF going to the upper bracket of MLOS. They destroyed the base. Congratulations, LCF. The score is 3-1, and the best of 5 has been won by LCF. They are progressing to the upper brackets matches. They are going for the upper bracket, guys. And sorry, pick to Plummet. You will be progressing behind, I mean, down to the lower bracket because of this loss. It's a 3-1. It's a totally dominance gameplay this time from LCF. Obviously, we all know Lakshmi Chitpan that they are literally those masters of gameplay, and they're literally cooking this right now because they had won this match and they are going to the next round, the foraging round, which will take them to the finals, which maybe take them to wear the crown of the MLOS. And Debbie, what do you think? What was the lag, we can say, behind this loss of Pick to Plummet?
Well, I would say like it started with the draft because the Leo mod pick was a bit questionable because there was a Yeeson Sin, and maybe they do want to have the early game aggression and early game goal lead in order to shove this Yeeson Sin away and not let him farm. But it actually worked in the favor of LCF because the the presence of I feel like the Natan and the Yeeson Sin were two very expensive picks, but onto the side of Picture Plummet they do not have that dive that really need to go onto the back lines. There was no one that could take down the Natan, not to, and even the Yisensin as well. And Peter was just on point when he was on the diversion place, and they have two macro oriented heroes with the chip and the Louis as well. So at this point, they are just uh, uh, taking the shots, and it was pure domination as well. Picture Plummet couldn't do anything. They had that chance in that early stages of this game, and they lost that. So at that point, it started the run of LCF with yep, and they still run that down until their base.
Obviously, the viewers over there are literally shouting for the LCF. I can see they are literally, so many fans of LCF in our chat saying that LCF won this match. We are very happy. Congratulations, LCF. I can read it here. And love you guys. Thank you for all the support you are giving to the MLOS. And today in the double elimination round, we'll be back soon for the next match between 1D Legacy versus Team. Okay, I forgot. Won the
That
Legacy gonna play the match this time against
that bros,
Step Bros.
that bros.
Obviously, Step Bros. How
Yes,
can I forget? I mean, Step Bros are the only team who literally managed to kick out Zohunt from the tournament. So let's see what will happen. I mean, we are ready for it. We're gonna see a big match. We're gonna see pure cinema, absolute pick in this series. So don't go anywhere, guys. Stay tuned with us because we will be back soon. And before that, open your chip packets, eat it, and be here. Don't go anywhere. Share to your friends so that they can also be here and watch this type of gameplay. We'll be back soon, guys. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind. Hello, everyone. Good evening once again. Here we are into the MLOS. That's your Mobile Legends Odisha Series Season 1 in the double elimination round. This time we are in the lower bracket, and the match is going to happen between 1D Legacy, One Dimension Legacy versus Step Bros. We all know these two teams have fought literally their best in the previous round, so here we are for them to clash between them. And in the casting deck, it's your boy Astizi with my friend over there, Debbie. Debbie, once more, how are you?
I'm feeling good to cast for these two teams that, yep, I've seen 1D Legacy, but I'm yet to see how Step Bros are playing. So it's a new team for me to witness. So I'm looking forward to how they play and how the mechanics are. And, my favorite part is the drafting phase because of their mindset. Because, there are so many people who are so brilliant in how they pick, especially in this kind of methods where it's a do or die. So I'm looking forward to these games.
Obviously, and look at that. Lucas right now getting banned by Team Blue side. We can see a Lucas getting banned. So that's, I mean, a little bit of not bit of surprise because we have seen how Step Bro managed to win the match from Joe Hunt using that Lucas. So I mean, banning it is a great choice from both of them. But what do you think, Debbie? I mean, nowadays so many people are not even taking serious this Lucas because you can counter it with the Thamus, with the Duroth, even Freya can be a great
Mhm.
thing for him. I mean, if you have seen some Philippines gameplay, right now they're banning Freya mostly. So, but
Oh.
in Indians server, I'm not seeing any Freya players coming out in the tournaments. So that's some other thing. But there you go, a Fanny right now getting banned from the raid side.
That is, I kind of a standard ban, I would say, because Fanny is always going to be taken away no matter where you are. Because if they see a good player onto that team, it's going to have to be always into the banning phase because like we know, Fanny is so macro centric as well and dependent on blue. But when it is put into the good hands, it's so unstoppable. So at this point, on the legacy they are knowing what they know what they are doing. They do, I feel like they do want to go for something that can that the fan can disrupt. But onto the side of Step Bros, we see the Matilda being taken away.
Obviously, I mean, Mathilda with the Suyu combo also working great right now in the Land of Dawn. Even we all know that Mathilda Alpha combo is a great thing. But I think, I mean, Step Bros have a great Lucas player, but they banned the Lucas right now. I mean, they have
Hmm.
something in their mind, perhaps. Therefore, they go for that ban. But I mean, I have seen Step Bros playing against the Johant, and that was a bit surprising for me when they won the match. They
Oh.
were losing that match, but they literally made their comeback with the help of a Lucas pick, and we can see there a Jushin. I mean, obviously got the starlight, so having the buff right now into her, and so much damage in the early game, so much because with the Sky Piercer also, see we can be manageable to take kills. So I mean, a great CC, and these new heroes are literally rocking in the Land of Dawn right now.
And they are creating a havoc in no matter which lane they are in. So very understandable. But right now it's gonna be Step versus banning out another heroes. Maybe they do should they go for the Hilda again if they do want to go for assassin in jungle. But yep, it's actually gonna be the Harry. Yep, understandably so because Harry dealing a lot of damage and always a dominating goal laner compared to the physical goal in here as I would say. But last match we have seen Harriet being completely chopped down by LCF right there, but it's actually a very good hero, I would say, because the damage has been buffed as well, and so hard to kill with the mobility that he have with his for. So taking that out, I feel like they do want to create a space for a grandeur for themselves.
But that time, I can say in the LCF match, Harith literally was the ray of hope for Team Pick to Plummet. I mean, he was literally giving so much damage. As you said, that they literally chopped him, but he was the one who was playing from their side as a good one. So I
Mhm.
mean, Harith the ban, obviously, obvious ban. But there you go, Joy. I mean, you maybe WD. I mean, 1D Legacy has been planning for Suyu. But there you go, a Granger in the golden section.
Now
What
it's
will be the counter,
understandable.
a Clint or a Brody?
Oh,
Beetroot
basically
can also be good choice. Irithel also.
Elitel.
Because right
Yeah,
now
Elitel
Irithel
might work
also
for
in
them.
the meta.
Yeah,
I can go
and
for the
it
Irithel.
has a better range with the against a Granger. So, if they do not go for the Urusel right now, I feel like Step Bros can ban it out so easily. But they do have a choice for the Suyo as well. Maybe secure the jungle, a jungle early on, and maybe the Urusel as well, and take something tanky in later parts of this game. But yep, it's actually gonna be the Hayabusa.
Oh, that's a very unusual pick right now because I never see a Hayabusa in this tournament's quarterfinals because I've always seen him in the banning list
Yeah.
so far. So right now we're gonna
Absolutely.
see the Hayabusa once more in the quarterfinal sections, guys. And let's see, Suyu this time gonna pick by team Step Bros because the Joy has already been banned, so no problem for the Suyu. But
Mhm.
I mean, if you're gonna pick the Alpha, also it will be also a great help. But as already Hayabusa has got been picked by Team 1D Legacy, so no way they're gonna pick the Alpha. There you go,
Oh.
Gato for the Rome or for the EXP. What do you think?
It's still gonna be a flex, but I wouldn't personally go got shot against a high loss into the lane. Maybe it can go into the roaming because when you are in the room, you are not sharp into your lanes and can go around the map trying to be supportive to your teammates and not go against the high lows because he can literally slow down your passive as well. But like right there next to you, he's gonna secure the Aether for himself to go against the Granger. That's a safety move and dominating goal lane now that we have into the laning phase.
Obviously, and let's see what will happen. I mean, you already been saying that they're gonna pick the Irithel, perhaps, and they already
Oh.
picked that Irithel. That's what we call Debbie's intuitions, and we can see the intuitions are walking very nice right now. And you drunk gonna ban
Literally.
what he has got in his pocket. Obviously he will go for the mage. So Luo E Eve has already been there, but he is going for the CC right
Oh,
now. I mean, they are
okay.
sure that Gato is for yeah, Rome.
It's a very understandable, but the CC ban is maybe a chance for them to give their Hylos a better laning phase as well if he does go into that like speed position. And at this point, I think they are just setting up for a Hylos XP also because they did ban out the CC because the CC dealt a lot of damage, penetrate damage as well. So it's gonna be understandable at this point. But they are yet to ban another mate, but it's actually Deborah banning out the Louis that can disable that macro advantage the team that Louis can provide with the diversion.
We can go for the Eve, guys. Eve ban, Eve ban, Eve. Okay, sorry. You can go for the Eve ban. I mean, Eve has already been open and Low is already been banned. So there will be the chance that they can go for the Aurora. So you can go for the Vexana. So this will be a great. I mean,
Oh.
this is mind game, guys. Draft pick is the 90% game you've been playing. If you're winning the
Mhm.
draft, you're gonna win the game for sure. So therefore, I mean, the Filipino style gameplay always look after the draft. So that's what
Oh.
Coach Gib and everybody does. But there you go. They are banning the EXP. This time, once more, they are banning the Hilda. I mean, what they are doing, I can't say anything. But the backline, the strongest backline, has been banned yet by Team Tape Bros. The Sicilian is no more in this game. So we're gonna not see the Sicilian Caramilla combo. But I don't know what 1D Legacy have in their mind because they thought Gato is a Roma. They banned that CC. But right now they banned that Hilda. I mean, Hilda Rome is good. Hilda EXP is not that much good. So what they have in their mind, I can't even read it and I can't even say it.
And meanwhile, onto the side of Zebras, they know that 1D Legacy are yet to pick their mazes, so they did just ban out those good mazes that we can see in this meta. But the Yiv is still out there if they do not want to go. I mean, if they can go for the mid right now, but if they are dragging it till the last meters, it will be limited so much. Step Bros can get this a chance to pick out the best mates that they want to see. Faisal have been popping off as well, and we've seen into the last game as well. Yeah, with the damage and the range, you cannot compete the range with these heavy artillery mates right there, the Barca. So right now it's a decision where we can see if the Gato is going for the room or they are gonna pick another XP.
Obviously, and Belleric. I mean, you gonna pick it if you have that guts. With a cursed
Mm-hmm.
helmet, with the blade armor, and that vengeance will be melting down so many heroes. I can say that. But here you go. They are going for the Belleric, and the long range Fossa will be helping from the backline section for Team Step Bros. Let's see what Team 1D
What
Legacy
team?
have in their mind. A Vexana. Obviously, I was talking about it. If you're banning the Eve,
Mm-hmm.
but Eve is already open, so you can go for the Eve also. I mean, Vexana is good.
Well,
Aurora is also good. All these mages are my favorite, so you can go for anyone. But I mean, you need stuns. So I think Eve, not Eve, Vexana with the Tigreal will be a great combo. So you should pick the
yeah.
Vexana.
Well, Vexana is looking like a pick right there. They can just show that heavy crowd control for the side step bros, and they might try to disable them as much as possible. And yep, they are gonna go lock onto that Vexana very well. But looking at this crowd control for both of the teams, it's actually in favor of 1D Legacy right there. But we have the Belleric that can also be a aggressive setter or a not of or uh a displacer, because of the taunt that you have, and Balearic has so much life steal as well. So we have to see how this work out for them because whenever the Tiger wants to make a play in close and play onto the backside, it's gonna be the Balearic just shoving him, stunning him, disabling him most of the time.
Obviously, let's see what will happen in this match. We will wish for both of them to play their best in the MLOS double elimination round. But one team will be winning this match. So, hope for the best, guys. We are here into the Land of Dawn for the double elimination round of lower bracket matches going to happen between Step Bros in the blue side versus in the red side. We have Team 1D Legacy. Both of the teams have literally done so much hard work to come to this place. So right now, guys, support them as much as you can because you all know how much hard work they have done to reach this stage. So guys, let's see what will happen. Both the junglers have been taking their aggro right now.
Yeah, both teams are just slowly just farming up because, understandably so because it's so early on this stages of this game. But the Farsa is quite gonna have to be very good in positioning herself because the Haya always gonna be on his side, just trying to pick him away. But with the presence of the flicker that he picked it up, the shadow kill might not be enough to take it out if she positions herself well. But EU just trying to be a nuisance onto that jungle for D.
Look at that high loss. Oh my goodness, Suyu from the beginning of the game going to charge onto the jungle section, but it will punish him so much damage at the half damage. Oh my goodness, a very bad positioning by the Suyu, and a first blood will be going to team won the legacy this time at a very less HP. Hayabusa wants to go from there, but no! Belleric will be taking down that Hayabusa. Both the junglers have been taken down in the first 1 minute, and Irithel will be managing to take down that Granger over there, but Vexana damage will be taking down that Belleric. It's a revenge from the Vexanas. You killed our Hyper, we're gonna kill you, Roma. That's
There's a
something
three
nice.
for one
And
trade.
especially in the goal win section, Irithel managed to kill that Granger. That was a nice trade, we can say.
hmm I mean, that Retail is supposed to have the early lead, but Hayabusa just around that match trying to make plays onto the goal side. They did have the wise decision, just trying to go rotate onto the top lane very early on because but that hero also in trouble. He's taken very low.
Obviously, and look at that. Oh my goodness, the fight has already started. AOG will be using for to retreat from that bad positioning, and a very less HP managed to retreat by using that AOG. And the turtle fight has already been started without the roamer over there. Fasa is already been there. Hayabusa killing that Granger and going for the turtle right now at a very less HP. Vexana in the backline section. Oh my goodness, the ulti has been on, but Vexana will be taking down the turtle as well as the Hylos will be getting down by Forsa's ult. That was a nice 1-for-1 trade with the turtle getting down by team 1D Legacy, but the turtle goes to the maze this time, not the Hyper. Hyper was down at
But
that moment.
Yeah, I feel like Hopeless Retreat couldn't even press his retreat out there because he was so heavily stunned. But D did manage to steal that blue buff from the studio, and that's a double a goal for 1D Legacy at this time because they did secure that turtle, they did secure the kills, they did get that blue again. But onto the top side, there's a feather airstrike.
Obviously, oh my goodness, look at that damage coming from there at a very less HP. Vexana has to go to the heaven right now. Oh my goodness, look at that Tigreal going, pushing those two heroes over there at a very less HP. Going for back, oh my goodness, that flicker! And he will be retreating back to the base without getting any fatality over there. And they managed to take the red buff, Hayabusa, right on the retreat. Belleric
That
was
was
there
a
for, yeah.
Yeah, so much ton of events, and the mobility that the Fesa has, because of the wings by wings, she's always on time with the around the map, compared to the Vexana who needs to be a little bit. I mean, even though with the clearings, it's actually the Vexana that have the upper hand, but we're talking about mobility, it's actually the Fesa that's fast. And talking about the kills as well, it's actually going on to the side of 1D Legacy, and Step Bros are still catching up to that, and it's so amazing to see because they did lose the turtle as well as the blue buff into the early stages of this game, but they are catching up to that, and that's a problem onto the blue buff again.
The shadow kill has been on over there, and the blue buff will be taken down, and the Suyu also with that. And look at that! Oh my goodness! Look at that Tigreal going for that Belleric, but so much damage. AOG connecting on no one. The turtle has been popped out at a very less HP. Vexana will be punished down by the Rhapsody of Granger, and they look at that Hylos going to manage to retreat from the situation by the ult. That was a nice, retreat from Hylos. Let's see what will happen in the turtle section. I mean, if it will be a free turtle for the Suyu. He's been joining the turtle fight right now. Hayabusa will be in the back. Let's see what will happen. Oh no, he will not
Yep.
taking it.
That blue buff skirmishes right there wasn't in a perfect timing for the side of 1D Legacy because when there was a prolonging team fight, they have the Gatot right on time with the 8 OZ connecting as well. I mean, not connecting, but the stun was perfect for him as well, and the Surya was perfectly on time with that turtle to take. And even though D had that lead, it wasn't enough for him to just go and contest for the turtle because the side of Step was are still spread out.
Okay, the Eternal Guardian already been popped up, but there you go. Hayabusa at a very less HP, cannot manage to escape. Oh my, everything at a very less HP, cannot manage to escape from there. Alt has been on, but Belleric will be getting down by the Hayabusa. It's a killing spree for the Hayabusa. Okay, Irithils, you have been positioning very bad right now, missing those shadows, or thinking that Granger would be in the bush. That was a very lame, positioning from Hayabusa. Okay, but the thing is, right now the game is on. So AOG, oh my goodness, again on a Natalia over there. So much, bad uses of your resources from team Step Bros right now. I was talking about that the match is on, but the thing is the Granger is literally helping their team a lot right now, but the Irithil is not even managing to come for the team fights. This will be hampering their gameplay for sure, but there you go. So much damage, but alt of the Tigreal will be cancelled down by that Forza, and Tigreal will be punished by that Farsa over there. Rhapsody giving so much damage, going for the first tier turret in the bot lane section. Let's see what will happen. Eternal Guardian already been popped up by the Vexana over there, but the first tier turret will be getting down in the bot lane section, and the mid lane is been rotating by Gato as well as the Forza over there. They will be managing to defend it easily, but the Rhapsody, look at the Rhapsody damage on the Hylos. So much right now.
And at this point around, they are just gonna farm out as well. But for the aspect will be used. I mean, it was a great position to use right there. I feel like they want to take that mid tower, but they weren't successful in it. But there's a turtle secured by Helpless Retreat again, and also the mid side is a problem.
Obviously, and this is a double kill for the Ranger over there with the help of the Death Sonata and Rhapsody. And Tigreal didn't even manage to use the implosion at the moment. It was two first that Tigreal don't got the time. This time AOG once more on a Natalia. 3 times in a row he placed it on the Natalia, and look at that Hayabusa escaping from there. Death Sonata connecting on the Hayabusa. Let's see the Rhapsody giving so much damage at a very less HP. Will he manage to escape? Obviously, he did manage to escape from the situation. Tigreal and the Vexana over there, and this time Implosion on one people, pushing himself inside the turret. Suyu getting the turret damage and will be managing to escape also. Oh my goodness, look at that Vexana using the flicker but didn't manage to take the kill. Rhapsody giving so much damage onto the two peoples entering inside the turret. Gato will be killing that Vexana. Look at that. Hayabusa taking the mega kill, and a very less HP Hylos will be taking down that Granger. That was a nice trade. 1 for 3 by team 1D Legacy. They are back into the game. Step Bros literally lose this gang and will be losing so much bounties. The bounties are being same right now. It's only a 1k lead for Step Bro. It was a 2k lead, but right now the bounties got by the eliminating the heroes. Literally, this gang won by team 1D Legacy.
Yep, but that they needed this space for so much for themselves. They need the lead, and now with the prolonging team fight, it was actually Stepbros who had the advantage, but it actually made them work for them. But EU onto the backside, just trying to stun on the Nyx here, but yeah, he did have the sprint. He's gonna be safe now. There's a bike that he's riding on, but the Lord will be up in less than 5 seconds from now, and both of the teams are in good position right there in the closure.
Obviously, the implosion did connect to the Suyu, but he managed to escape from the moment. I mean, Suyu has a great escape ability. Even the Hayabusa also. Both of the
Yeah.
junglers are managing to escape at a very inch of HP for the very beginning. But both of them were being haunted in the starting of the game. Right now, the Lord has been popped, and there you go. Tigreal inside the boost, using the flicker, going to retreat from the bad position because 4 of them were there and they're going for the Lord dance has already been started. Let's see who's gonna take this Lord.
Yep, you drunk in a perfectly good position right there, but he did not have impulsion just yet, but he will be able to zoom them out. Oh, the goal is far away again.
Obviously, look at that gang fight right now has been going in the midsection. Hylos will be taking down once more that Granger. And the AOG this time again on a Natalia. 4 in a row, but the Irithel will be getting down over there. I mean, Gato, you are literally managing to use the AOG on Natalia, but those stuns were literally perfect on time to the heroes. That Vexana and this time this Irithel. Literally, I'm happy about it. But look at that, a very less damage with the flicker up from the Vexana will be retreating back to the base and a free Lord for the team Step Bros right now. But Hayabusa is there. We can see a Richie fight because Richie is on with Hayabusa, but he's not coming even. This is very unusual. I mean, he don't want the Lord. Okay, the Lord has been taken down.
Yep, you very easily stop.
Ooh. Look, that damage, baby. A shutdown from
Yeah.
Granger. The Death Sonata literally managed to give so much damage to that.
Yep.
Just a one shot, and Hayabusa, bye bye.
Yeah, and their position right there, even if he came in, the law was already done. At this point, he was supposed to be able to try to help his team defend that, but actually he's entering in that weird moment right there, and it cost him his life at that time. But looking at the goalie as well, we were talking about how the parents of events were, but the Federers are recommitted. And yep, you don't will be forced to flicker. That's a one less resources onto the side of a 1D legacy. But talking about the laning, the lane syndicates, I think they will be able to take that one turret onto the bot side. That's a mid lane also in a vulnerable position right there. D has to be able to have that farm that you need in order to take down the back lines. But talking about the Step Bros, they did have a very tanky front line, and he won't be able to kill the serial this time around because it's just so late and he's so farmer at this point. Even though he was managing to outfarm that serial into the early stages of this game, at this point serial is already so tanky.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, looking after the damage coming from the Rhapsody as well, the Death Sonata, and right now Suyu being tanky. I mean, Team Step Bros are literally getting back, getting online. They were online from the beginning, but there was a little bit, gank which happened in the mid lane section and won by Team won the Legacy. So they were also back, but the Lord stealing was into the point taking down all the turrets, and right now we can see all where there is blue in the sky, no red hell we can see. So I mean, this is what Step Bro are grinding right now. They, oh my goodness, I mean, so many resources are getting down, but this time Implosion connecting over there. Eternal Guardian also. Death Sonata coming into the action, but Irithel will be taking down. Oh my goodness, look at the Rhapsody connecting onto the Irithel. So much damage, and
Oh,
Irithel will be getting down by the Granger. The connection, the positioning, and Hayabusa will be taking down that Granger with a double kill by just shutting that. Oh my goodness, bruh, look at that Suyu going against that Hayabusa and killing him with the rage, I can say. I mean, this is too good from the Suyu.
at this point, I think 1D Legacy are in a better position than they were 2 minutes ago. So I feel like even if they are, there's a chance for them they can contest it or take it by themselves as well. And the mid turret will be the first objective that they are securing for themselves this late. But they have to be in a position around it that lower side in order to shove away Step Bros because they are in a good position right now because the Gata is already right there, just trying to zone them out. If they had a little bit move faster than they did before, you drunk should have to be, I mean, should have been in the best position in order to set for the team. He did have the implosion now.
Okay, the implosion connecting on one people over there. Forza Alt has already been on the lot as, oh my goodness, look at that Hayabusa taking down that Granger over there. Irithel will be taking down that Forza. This team fight will be winning by 1D
Oh,
Legacy, but the Lord will be taken down by the Suyu. It's a double kill for the Irithel over there. They are going behind the Suyu, but Suyu will be managing to retreat from there. Turrets has been opened. Minions are going inside the turret. Let's see what will happen. They are taking down the second tier turret of the mid lane section. 1D Legacy are online into the game, destroying the turret, going for the blue buff of the Suyu right now. Okay, they are not going for the blue buff, but the Lord has been taken down by the Suyu. Did you see that, Debbie? In the meantime, the team fight was going over there, but Suyu literally managed to take on that Lord with a retreat fight. I mean,
yeah.
Hayabusa, you literally lost the Lord. If you got this Lord, you could have managed to come back for sure in this match. Kills are literally in the side of team 1D Legacy, but there you go. It's a killing spree for the Suyu in the mid lane section. But I was saying the
Oh,
kills are totally on the side for Team 1D Legacy, but the objectives has been clearing from the beginning by Team Step Bros. And oh my lord,
oh,
that Hayabusa giving so much damage and shutting down that Suyu over there. Now they can easily defend this non-luminous lord for sure.
there are so many times I've even right here, but into the first. Oh, that's a top side. That's solo 1v1.
Obviously, but this time this 1v1 will be won by Irithel because the Rhapsody didn't connect to her, and that may be a bad position by the Granger. We can say it, but look at that, easy defense of the non-luminous Lord attack from the side of Step Bros. They literally did manage to take the Lord, but they didn't went for the a great gang. I mean, right now, Team Step Bros are falling behind because of their draft. They don't have a, I mean, executor who can execute the fight. Even Gato is missing so many ults, but the implosions are on to the point, Devi. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, the implosions are perfectly on point as well, and the Hayabusa just going on for the backline time and time again. And I thought that he wouldn't be able to kill the Surya, as I said, but he did now have that farm in order to take down the Surya by himself, and he did manage it as well. That's a on to Robot, but he's actually gonna be safe. But talking about that solo 1v1 onto the top lane against those marksmen, it's actually Idithel next year did bought that he buy uh that rose goal for himself, and it did help him a little bit of that time for him to survive. And I think even that mini skull of a second right there made him win that team fight. But he in a good position right there onto the backside lane.
Look at that. The shadow kill. Oh, bit popping on that. Raforsa taking the kill and going back with the help of the shadow. And there you go. At the very last HP, Irithel will be managing to back AOG again on a Natalia. 5 times, no, 6 times in a row. And Irithel literally giving so much damage to that Gato. But Gato will be shooting down that Irithel over there. Gato at the very last HP. Wanna get back to the place, but a very bad position. Frozen has been used by, oh my goodness, oh my lord. Hayabusa will be taking down that Gato over there, and they will be coming back to the base. The Lord is open. Suyu is there. Belleric is there. Let's see what will happen. Who gonna take this Lord? The team fight is literally initiated by the Gato. But the team fight is literally won by Team Step Bros. They're literally managing to take on the kills. So right now they are having the goal lead. Not the goal lead we can say because it's only 500. Let's see what will happen. The match is going very late right now. This time the Lord will be going to the side of Team 1D Legacy. Let's see what will happen right now.
And both of the marksmen are actually into their full build as well as the junglers. So we have to see how the execution goes on because even if there is a one misstep for both of the teams, it's actually going to be a deciding match for this because B dealing a lot of damage onto the backside because he's on the perfect position all of the time and he came out from the places that are so unexpected onto the backside as well because looking at the composition of these stat bros, they have so tanky frontliners, and if he can manage to that land the side onto the backside, especially that Versa or maybe the Grandeur even, he will be assertive now, and he can also manage to take down the Suyo. Oh, so there's the trouble
The
here.
console has been there, but the frozen has been given by Suyu. Implosion missed. Eternal Guardian did connect there. Over on the 4 versus 4 has been going down. AOG this time connecting on 1. But this time it connected on the Eternal Guardian. I mean, okay. Leave it,
That's the
guys.
one.
Leave it.
That's one.
Okay, there you go. Irithil this time popping up into the base, but the Luminous Lord is charging to the base right now at a very less HP. Will they manage to defend? Look at that Hayabusa going inside the base. The immortality has been popped out, shutting down that Hayabusa over there. Rhapsody connecting so much damage into the enemies right now. And the Death Sonata, oh my goodness, look at that Gato going behind that Tigreal as well as the Vexana. Will be back or not? There you go. Frozen has been done. The Rhapsody as well as the Death Sonata will be connecting over there. Eternal Guardian missed over there. Alt has been on by the Belleric. 3 of them at a very less HP. Let's see what will happen. The immortality has been popped up by the Tiger. It will be unstoppable for the Hylos. They are going for the Granger, but it's a killing spree for the Granger. And again, the immortality has been popped up. And it will be a double kill for the Granger going on to that Vexana. In the meantime, we can see Hylos did manage to retreat at a very less HP.
There's so much of immortality being popped on both of the teams. The fast hand changes that we have seen onto Hogwarts Retreat as well. But right there, 1D Legacy did have a chance to end the game, but unfortunately for them, it's actually Nixio with taking down very early on, even before the Lord was into merging onto that base. If they had even 5 seconds of the chance, and if he was alive, even for a little bit of a second, right, they would have taken down the base very easily and take this game to their own hands because looking at the side the marksman you hope is not that much of a threat with the against the Lord or the towers as well. He's so bad on clearing, but it's so unfortunate for 1D Legacy. They have to come out with some better position for Nixer right there because he needs the spacing and he shouldn't be that one diving in headfirst into that team fight as well.
Maybe the team fight is not getting recognized by Gato and he's not using the ulti perfectly. And that is what team Stebro is lagging behind right now. I mean, they have that Gato, but the AOG is not connecting any heroes at the moment. And Belleric, the rage from Belleric is coming and leg. See, the shadow kill will be popping that immortality from the Granger, but it's a shutdown for the Granger as well as the Suyu will be going to the heaven. And this time they are charging onto the Step Bros at a very less HP. Belleric, will you manage to go back? Again, oh my goodness, immortality has been popped up from him. The base is been fully open. The minions are going to the base. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, and the base will be destroyed by Team 1D Legacy. What a comeback from 1D Legacy. The early game was the hand of Step Bros, but from the mid to the late game, we can see how 1D Legacy literally managed to make themselves come back into the match. Obviously, I mean, hats off to the Granger, man. You literally managed to pick this match up for Step Bros, but it's okay. I mean, there was a lot of fault. Having that Gato's, ultis not connecting on heroes was a big mistake, blunder, I can say, from Team Step Bros. But it was a literally team game, a team effort from the side of 1D Legacy, which made them win this match. What do you think, Debbie?
Yep, absolutely. That was a lot of effort and patience coming out from the side of 1D Legacy. Looking at D as well, he was so good at picking out the targets that he really, really needed. Most of the time, it's his target has always been the Versa. And I was questioning about the Versa because of the presence of the Hayabusa. And now, when Hayabusa did have that damage that he really, really needed in order to take down the backlines, he was popping off here and there and just disabling that the first out most of the time, even before he managed to join the team fight. So I feel like 1D Legacy was so patient and was so decisive in how they approach the team fights.
Okay, let's see what will happen right now because we're progressing to the second set of the BO5 of this match going to happen between Step Bros versus 1D Legacy. Obviously, it's happening right now. And we are into the draft pick, guys, because we have a short break this time because you all know that we are very excited to see what will happen in this match. Will 1D Legacy be cleaning sweep? That clean sweeping those Step Bros or Step Bros will have the comeback this time. Let's see what will happen. I mean, the draft has already been on. What do you think, Debbie? Same pretty usual drafts or a new something we're gonna see?
I feel like, they are not bad in mechanics as well as the decision makings. It's because of their understanding of their heroes and a little bit of overstaying on the power step bros as well. They have to be careful on how they approach. They can go for the same draft, because it did pop up, it did worked well for them, or maybe it changed out their jungles because you do not want to go with the Suyo against the Hayabusa because the Hayabusa have a better chance into the mech position as well as going onto the backline compared to the Suyo. So maybe they should go for the same draft.
Yeah, I mean Hilda and Jushin this time. Previous one also we have seen that Hilda, Jushin, and let's see what will happen. I mean, Harith again or something new. I mean, they are literally getting fear from that Harith. But I think please don't pick that Gato again because it was a little blunder from your side. You could have taken any other hero so that it could have managed to get you some kills or have you some, help in the team fights. But there you go, Fanny getting banned this time once more from the side of 1D Legacy. They have already been in the upper hand, having the 1-0 score in the BO5 right now, happening between Step Bro versus 1D Legacy. So let's see what will happen. I mean, 1D Legacy has literally cooked the match, and from the beginning, they did not manage to be in the game, but in the mid section, in the late game, we have seen how the Hayabusa literally camp and tries to kill that Granger as well as the Fasa because those two were dealing the most damage in that match. So Hayabusa literally managed to take on them. So that was the reason they won the first match. But this time, Lucas will be getting banned once more by the Step Bros.
Onto the side of 1D Legacy, actually, they can go for the highest ban because they do want to limit out that XP side, but they can also keep it for themselves because you see the Hylas working out so well for them, sucking out so many damage, and he only died once in the previous game, and they can also keep it for themselves because Hylas, even though it's most of the time countered, it's not that heavily countered by most of the marksmen, so it's they can keep it for themselves or maybe go for something else. So what did they go for here? It was unpredictable at this point.
Yeah, obviously. And look at that.
Oh.
Suyu this time getting banned from the side of Team 1D Legacy. I mean,
Mhm.
perhaps they got some a little bit of hampering their gameplay by the
Mhm.
Suyu in the previous section of the first set. I mean, okay. Suyu can be countered by the Alpha. Even you counter
Yeah.
the Suyu with the Hayabusa. So why waste a ban on him? And even the Lucas. I mean, so many people are fearing Lucas, but I can say a Thamuz Freya could be a great pick against him. You will be melted down by them. So why you getting feared for by these two guys? I mean, they can be counter guys. You should pick some other heroes. You should ban some other heroes. Yeah, utilize the bans is a great thing. And there you go. Joy this time getting banned from
Oh.
the side of Step Bros. What do you think, Debbie? To Joy as well as the Suyu.
Both of the jungles are so, yeah, two of these jungles are so popular in this meta because it's always being picked, and most of the time it's always a game for, it's always a win for the side of Joy, but the Joy being banned out by Step Bros, it's actually, they do not want to go for the Joy for themselves. it's kind of like questionable. Or maybe they do not want to give it to the side of 1D Legacy, but you know, the on the Hayabusa was so amazing. I think he has that feeling that he can do well this game too. And now that he has the confidence, he's kind of locked that Hayabusa into the first phase of this game, completely ignoring those metas heroes and just going for the comfort at this point.
Obviously, I mean, Matilda, guys, Matilda is here. Clap your hands because we all know this meta. In this meta, have been seeing how Matilda is impactful in the game. Oh my goodness. My favorite backliner is here, the godfather of late game. The Sicilian is back to the game right now. Previous one, he got banned, but this time he will be in the land of Dawn with the Matilda. So the backline will be very strong this time from the side of Stebro. Let's see what will getting to. I mean, what will be picked by Team 1D Legacy to counter this Sicilian as well as Matilda. I'm hoping for a Kufra or maybe a Aurora who gonna stun those Sissy, but it will be a high loss once more. I mean, they're going for pretty same picks. One tricks never work, guys. I always hate one trick. Okay, so you're going again
Oh.
for the high loss. Let's see what will happen.
Yeah, they are gonna directly go for. Oh, we completely forget about this cat boy completely being open right there with the damage as well. Yeah, they are gonna take that the Harris, and now I think they are limiting down the marksman for the side of Step Rose, and yep, they are gonna exactly go for that CC because in the first game it was being banned away. So if Robot does decide to go for the XP again with the Hylas, the CC is gonna be having a good time dealing a lot of damage, a true damage as well onto him.
Yeah, obviously. And right now, the CC will be in the EXP section against that Hylos. So this time, Hylos, you are not going to be spared by the CC for sure, as Davy said that. And the Tigreal will be getting banned from Sebros. They have
Oh,
been literally, I mean, irritated by that Tigreal. That Tigreal literally irritated them so much. The implosion, the perfect implosion, whereas the Gatto's AOG was not even connecting, but
yeah.
implosion was doing so much I mean, on to the point, implosions was doing so much hecticness for the team Stay Bros, and they literally managed to take on perfect ganks, which make them the goal lead. Okay, okay, that's I mean, obvious thing. You should ban a Alpha because you can see a Matilda over there. You can't go for the trade Alpha Matilda combo and a Eve this time from the side of Step Bros. So what do you think, Debbie? What they gonna pick? A Louis or a Vexana from side of 1D Legacy this time? Once more, the Vexana or a Louis?
Yeah, they do have the chance for the Vexana again. If they do want to go for the same picks they did until the first place, they could until the first game they could go for here. But yep, they are gonna take out the Aegis style, which work in their favor into the first game. Or maybe they do not want to give this Iritel away because of the buff that she have dealing a lot of damage. But onto the side of Steppers, they are gonna go for that healer tanky jungle combo is gonna be hopeless retreat onto that freshman having that frontline potential and giving the chance for Sicilian to farm up as well if he can snowball onto the early stages of this game because of the presence of the Matilda as well. The Fredrin might just work in their favor.
Obviously, and there you go, Louis. I mean, Monty Legacy hard me and took that Louis this time, and it will be
Mm.
a greeny roam. So this is something, I
Oh.
mean, I love to see. A greeny roam obviously works best in ML. So let's see what will happen. A Brody against a Harith will work better, or a Granger. Granger has been banned, I think. No, Granger is open.
They might not want to go for the Granger against the Harriets. They do have the carry in available, but it's actually a very unorthodox pick right there. It's gonna be the Moscow going against the Harriets. Interesting. And to the side of Step Bros, I feel like they do have a very, very expensive draft, but they did lock down that early game with the presence of the Mathilda as well as the Fredrin. So if they decide to carry that early stages of this game, they will be able to take this game because Sicilian, CC, and Moskov are heavily dependent on the items, and they might just be able to take this game if they gamble that early game very, very safely.
Okay, now looking after the draft, it's looked literally best from the both of the side. But as Wondi Legacy has an upper hand right now, so obviously Step Bros will try to make a comeback this time because it's a best of five, guys. So we are heading to the land of dawn for the MLOS Season 1 double elimination round, lower bracket, Step Bros versus Team 1D Legacy. The first set has already been done and won by Team 1D Legacy, and this is the second set, guys. We are hoping to see a comeback from Step Bros, or maybe we're gonna see us one step ahead to the clean sweep of Step Bros from the 1D Legacy. Let's see what will happen. But before that, look at that Greeny. So much aggression into the
Oh,
Midland section. This is what you do. But there is a Cecilian against you, so be ready for that, guys. The Sanguine Claws, if connected on you with a bad impact, you will be down to hell.
I do really want to talk about the Purify onto the side of Step Bros. There's onto the side of 1D Legacy. They have Oh, yeah, they have three purifiers into their hands. I think they are purely respecting that you drunk on January with the Spatial Migration and the Violet Requiem that can knock you out for approximately 3 seconds right there, but you're in trouble there. He's taken very low.
Oh my goodness, look at that Greeny going onto that Matilda. And that was a literal, he got him, but it was like half HP. He had to escape. He had to retreat from that situation. That was nice. Both of the teams again started very defensive setup, but 1D Legacy having that confidence before the first set. They won the first set, so they have right now that confidence, and they're literally going onto the Step Bros for sure.
And onto the XP side as well, there's a funny interaction going on to the side of CC as well as that robot on the Highlands. They are both of them are just freezing their minions at this point. The CC did it first because the CC with the Yo-Yo Blitz is gonna have a good time against the Hylas. And even though with the presence of that Revitalize, he's gonna be tongue a little bit into the early stages of this game. And so we have to see they are both freezing at this point, both of them not taking the level 4 just yet.
I'm just waiting for level 4 of Louis. How she will manage to go for the diversion will be maintaining that. Oh my goodness, look at that Greeny going against that, but the alt has been on by the high loss right now. The team fight has already been started. Total fight is also going on there. Sanguine Claws connecting onto that high loss. So much impact from that Sicilian right now. The turtle will be taken down by that Hayabusa over there. Shadow kill already been popped up at a very less HP. Will be managing to take down that Fredrin over there. And CC will be going back, but Tilda striking onto them at a very less HP. Managed to get back Hayabusa with the help of that. Oh my goodness, look at that Sicilian with the bad impact and the
Oh,
Sanctum Claws connecting onto the Luo E into the mid lane. Will be taking down that Luo E. That was a 1-for-1 trade, but the total will be in the side of Team 1D Legacy.
yep, it was a good start for D right there onto the Hayabusa because I feel like the Fredrin will be so tanky for him to take down with the shadow kill, but he actually managed to do so, and that's one kill onto him, and he's gonna have that lead that he's really needed to when you go up against the Fredrin, right? Because you do not want to have that 2 level lead of Fredrin onto your other side because the Appraiser's Rat is gonna hurt a lot, and with the presence of the Matilda as well, he's gonna have that tankiness that he will be able to soak in so much damage and give him time for his teammates to come along as well and help him in the team fight. So looking at the position of the Matilda as well, we see Hopeless Retreat have been babysat eventually by EU right there, but oh, there's a spatial
Oh
migration.
my goodness, look at that. Bad feast already been on, but Hayabusa will be taking down that Matilda in there. Cecilian literally managed to escape from there, but couldn't manage to make sure that Matilda be safe at that site. And look at that right now, so many pressure at the goal lane section. Oh my goodness,
Oh,
look at that Hayabusa literally managed to pop that Fredrin out from the bush. And Matilda is back to the land of dawn. Let's see what will happen next.
We have to see how the when there's a next shadow kill present, Hayabusa how he popped off again because this guy has been amazing landing the quad shadow most of the time, and eventually he made Hopeless Retreat actually a non-factor into this early phase of this game. And you drunk was in a win position right there. If he did manage to land that space of migration, his team was in a good position to follow up, but the turtle will be is has already been up and both of the XPs are just chilling out into their own lanes, but CC will be the one who's gonna leave that lane in order to give and provide his team that trapping that they need for the turtle.
Debbie, the turtle has been already been on. The fight has been already been starting. But what do you think? I mean, oh my goodness, the fight has
Oh,
been there, and I can't even talk about it because the oh my lord, high loss already been alta is on, and the bat fist also on that high loss. So much damage to the high loss. CC will be taking down that high loss. SOD connecting over there. Moscow killing spree for the Hayabusa. So much action in the turtle lane right now, and there you go. Moscow with the SOD connecting onto the Luo E and taking down that Luo E over there at a very less HP. Hayabusa wants to get back, will be getting back over there.
oh,
No, Moscow will be popping over there and will be taking down that Hayabusa. And this will be the total going to the side of Team Step Bros this time. But you can see over there the first tire in the top lane will be taken down by Harith. I was talking about that. Is a Moscow against a Harith is a good choice, or a Layla against a Harith is a good choice, Debbie?
no, I wouldn't want to see a Layla going against a Harriet, but onto the bot side, there's another.
Ooh, revenge has been taken down. You killed me, I will kill you. But two turrets has been taken down. I mean, the bot lane has been taken down by Moscow. Even if Harry took down the top lane turret, it's I mean, trade 1-for-1 trade we can say. But in the mid lane section, there you go. Fedrin right now invading the jungle of Team 1D Legacy. Let's see what will happen. Will
Oh,
Hayabusa managed to take this or not? The team fight has already been started. SOD again connecting over there. Moscow popping over there. Killing spree for the CC. And there you go. Batfist already on Sanguine Claws. But there you go. Queenie with the high loss over there. And Moscow one more time. Giving so much damage. And it will be Harith will be going down by that Moscow. And at a very less HP, Matilda did manage to escape from there. A look at that at a very less HP. Also,
oh,
Hayabusa did manage to go from there, but Luoi will be taking down that Sicilian. Though that Sanguine Claws didn't connect on that Hayabusa, otherwise Hayabusa would have been gone to the heaven. But the Sicilian have to be in the fate of death right now.
that was so messy and a chaotic type of team fights for both of the teams right there. But eventually, it did manage to give the time for Moskov to farm a little bit. So you do not want to face a late game Moskov when he have that damage and the three items power spike he really needed. So at this point, they have to be a little bit careful on how they approach the team fight as well. Both of the teams actually, because it's a kind of a 50-50 at this point. Even though the Step Bros did have they did manage to have that goal lead they so needed. But the presence of the Moskov, that 1D Legacy have to be focused on the Moskov at this point because he have the farm now compared to the Harriet. Even though the Harriet is a kind of a mid-game kind of hero, he dealt a lot of damage into the later stages of this game. But compared to the Moskov, he's gonna have to be a little bit behind at this point. But the turtle will be onto the focus by Helpless Retreat right there. That's the first turtle for him. And yeah, they have the tankiness, they have the damage, and now they are in a good position for Step Bros right here.
And they will be taking down that second tire turret in the bot lane section also. I mean, the turtle has been taken down, even the turrets. This time, Step Bros are going for the objectives, not for the kills. And even the kills are also been there for Step Bros right now because of the Matilda pick. I mean, Matilda pick was a great choice coming out with that Fredrin combo. I mean, that's a great choice from the team Sebro this time. They are literally wants to make their comeback. They wants to give that statement that they are here for the comeback, not for the clean sweep. So let's see what will happen next. But looking at the SOD connecting each and every time, I can say Moscow is literally cooking in this match. Other than Harith being there, joining the team fights, but didn't manage to take on kills or giving so much damage. I mean, that was not a great pick, I can say.
Yeah,
There you go. This time SOD will not be connected, but the Sicilian do manage to kill that Hylos over there. They are charging onto the 1D Legacy at a very less HP. Will he manage to go? But Harith this time will be taking down that Matilda over there. Sicilian onto the double kill by taking down that Greeny Sanguine Claws connecting on two peoples, but they will be retreating back because Hayabusa is already been there and a very less HP. Fredrin as well as the CC will be going back to the base. That was a nice call from Team Step Bros. I mean, you don't want to lose your bounties, but look at the Sicilian. The backline is
Oh,
so strong that Sicilian is giving too much damage right now in the mid game only. And Hylos charging on to the Sicilian right now. No poking over there. Oh my goodness, look at that. Hayabusa didn't connect it on that Sanguine Claws. Otherwise, he would have paid the death. And SOD also didn't connect to anyone. Maybe I think the Moscow is that Gato or what?
well, that's a good discipline coming out of both of the teams, right? The Jamal was popped right there was dealing a lot of damage, and Nick here was, I mean, he had that tankiness as well, but onto the top side, that's fine again.
Obviously, inside the turret, no worries for that because Fredrin will punishing that Harith over there, and Moscow will be taking down that Gwyn. It's a mega kill for the CC, going for the low. He had a very less damage. Will they manage to take on that? Okay, they will be retreating back. Hayabusa, in the meantime, split pushing at the bot lane section. They will be taking one more turret. Hayabusa, no, retreating back to the base. That was a good call once more because Lord has been taken down. Let's see. What do you think? Who gonna win this match at this point? I mean, is there any chance Wandy Legacy will be making their comeback, Debbie?
Yeah, if only D can just try to do the pickup games that he did into the first game, just try to pick up the Sicilian or maybe the Moscow as well. They might be able to have a chance, but the Sicilian at this point is dealing a lot of damage and he's in perfect position at this time around. He have that 10 tier front lines that he need and even the support from coming out from the EU, the Matilda right here. And even Moscow, I don't think they will be able to go into the back lines like he did into the early stage and into that first game.
Okay,
It's
Lord is
so hard
foraging
when
over
you face
there.
a
The team fight
migration.
already been started. Batfist is on, but Hylos will be taking down that Matilda. It's a roam for roam. The Batfist is giving so much damage, but Luoyi with the Yin Yang reaction will be taking down that Fedrin. Moscow SOD connecting into the base right now. Lord has been taken down, but there you go at a very less HP. CC will be not managing to go back. The Sanguine Claws didn't connect it over there, but Hayabusa will taking down that Sicilian with the Sky Piercer onto him. That was a 4-for-1 trade, guys. Only Moscow is alive. Let's see what will happen. Diversion did connect, but Moscow literally managed to retreat back to the base right now with the Matilda again resurrecting back to the base. I mean, this is a pure action, guys. 1D Legacy was 2 off, but right now they are online into the game after this gang. That was a small gang at that time also, and they were back into the game. Perhaps this will give some confidence to them, boost their confidence, and they will be managed to, I mean, win this match. Let's see what will happen. I mean, maybe a comeback, or maybe 1D Legacy will make a comeback in this match. But no, killing spree for the Moscow. Moscow is dealing so much damage to the 1D Legacy right now. Look at that Matilda taking on to that Fredrin with himself, with herself, and the Harith will be taking down right now by Fredrin over there. Batpi's already been on. The charging over the Sicilians, so much damage onto them. But there you go. Guini have to go back to the heaven. And there you see Hylos want to go back. Sanguine Claws connected. Hylos at a very less HP will be shutting down by that Sicilian. Only look at that. I mean, will he manage to defend this base or not? Luoi, they are going inside the base. They are going inside the base and they will be taking down that base over now. It's a 2 sorry, it's a 1-for-1. The score is 1-for-1, guys. I mean, Step Bros are back into the game. They literally made their comeback because it's a set of 5. It's a BO5. It's a best of 5 game. So you created the first match, so you are back into the second match. And Devi, what do you think this time? How come Step Bros make their comeback possible?
This is purely because of the presence of the Matilda, I would say, you know. Hayabusa into that first game, he did manage to take down the backlines, and doing so time and time again, they did have that insane comeback that we were looking for. But this time around, because of the presence of the Matilda and the guiding wind, he wasn't able to do so. It was only once that he managed to take down the Sicilian into that later part of this game because Matilda did fold. It was there was no opening for him and no chance for him to go to the back lines. And you know, when the game goes, looking at the lineup as well, the draft as well, the onto the side of Step Bros, they have those expensive picks. They have those item dependent, stack dependent heroes as well. And looking onto the other side, it's actually one who have the early game heroes, not so much of the late game, early to mid game only. So when they did drag out that later and that game so late, the Step Bros actually managed to take this game without any faulty.
Obviously, this match literally being a very excited the match. But here we are for the third set, guys. But before that, we will be taking a short break because, guys, there will be a shifting of casters. You'll be meeting some new caster, guys. So be ready for that. But the team will be same. Wandy Legacy versus Step Bros will be same. Let's see what will happen in the third set. Right now the score is tie. 1-1 by both of the side. But this match will not be ended over now because fun, excitement is what MLOS is. So be ready for that, guys, and share the stream to your friends so that they can also be here and watch this type of beauty, this type of cinematic actions, absolute pure cinematic actions. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the stream, share the stream, and comment in the stream about your favorite part. We will be coming back soon. Be ready for it, guys. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned with us. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Once again, we are back into the BO5. That means the double elimination of MLOS MOBA Legends Odisha Series Season 1. The match is going between Team Step Bros versus Wandy Legacy. As we all know, the score is 1 is to 1 right now. I mean, it means that one match has been already been won by Wandy Legacy, and one set has been already been won by Team Step Bros. We have already seen how Step Bro literally make their comeback in the previous set. So this time, what will happen, we don't know because so much excitement our viewers have because there's so many supporters of Wandy Legacy want Wandy Legacy to come back this time, and so many supporters of Step Bros want Step Bros to make the score 2-1. But in the casting deck, it's your boy STZ with my fellow caster over there, Burger. Hello, Burger. How are you? It's been a long time casting with you, my boy.
Yes, man, it's been a long time, and it is interesting to see these two teams are really fighting for this position. I mean, the way previous match Step Bro, they showed us a really good comeback. So let's see. Like the excitement holds in what is coming up with this match. So let's not, wait any further, and let's dive into this banning section. So,
Obviously,
they are
draft is
banning.
on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, they are banning in that Tiger at the first. So what do you have to say about it? I mean, implosion flicker, usually very lethal on the side.
The fact is, in the first match, Tiger literally linger and hamper so much to Step Bros gameplay. The Wandy Legacy took that Tigrel and literally made their life hell in that match. So they are banning this Tigrel from the previous match also. So they don't want this Tigrel to hamper their gameplay this time also. So they literally banned it. And this Fanny, obviously, we know that the mobility, the damage Fanny is giving right now in the early section of gameplay, as well as the cables. Obviously, we can't ignore that. That Fanny has a great map advantage. So obviously, you should ban a Fanny. I mean, if you don't want to lose because of a Fanny, ban it. I mean, I always go for the Fanny ban in draft pick in the ranks. But Jushin, what
But
do you?
then,
Obviously, we're gonna see a Jushin also getting banned from the side of Step Bro because Jushin also having so much early game damage because these guys are having the early game damage and you don't want the early game to get ruined because if the early game will be a little bit silent, then you can just make yourself come back into the late game. And Matilda Burger, you haven't seen if you have seen this previous match, do you know what happened in the previous match? The Matilda pick coming from Step Bros literally make them this comeback with the Fedrin
yeah,
combo.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Matilda with her guiding wind and the circling eagle, she's really lethal as well as, very good support. But then, considering a Fanny ban, I would say in the recent patch, she has been nerfed, but then still, the Fanny fear is on. I mean, that's really great. And we can see, I mean, Step Pros are locking in, on the ban, that Hilda. So, I mean, Hilda is a really good early game hero with her, matlab, I mean, the way she hits and with her stacks up she can really, start snowballing since the early game.
Yeah, obviously, and look at that Hilda this time, and I mean the invasion already been over right now. Cannot go for the invasion. That's what you want. And Sicilian, obviously. I mean, Burger, you don't know that even though Matilda was a great pick in the previous match, which make themselves win the match, Tebros, and Sicilian in the backline was giving so much damage to the 1D Legacy. So this time they did ban that Sicilian so that their game will not get hampered further in this match. They literally want a comeback, so therefore they are banning those heroes, which literally being the pain in you nowhere in the previous set. So right
Okay.
now, pick this Lucas. Obviously, I don't want to say this. I've been seeing Step Bros' previous round matches. That was the quarterfinals, pre-quarterfinals, and in that Step Bro, do you know whom Step Bro defeated? They defeated Johan by picking this Lucas. That was the underdog performance coming from Step Bro in that match. And right now, they again picked this Lucas. So this match is going to be full of excitement. I'm damn sure about it.
I mean, yeah, this new hero can sustain a lot, it sustains a lot. And going into the jungle, he has that damage advantage on him, and with his damage build, he can literally, go all out and dive into the backlines. And here we can see, I mean, 1D Legacy are picking in, like seeing that Luke is there straight away going for that Louis combo because, I mean, her yin and passive, uh, that is diversion. I mean, her ults and her passive does helps a lot, in crowd controlling. And with this, I mean, what do you say, it werewolf or wolf, whatever it is, it will help a lot, to sustain him, and as well as that
Mm.
backline diver. Uh, Hayabusa with that with on them, I mean, they would have a great in early game because the Hayabusa damage is really great. Start from the starting from the game.
Okay, that's the bio. I mean, Naruto is here, guys, and with the chip, the little guy having so many portals into the land of dark will be here in the side of Step Bro this time, and we're gonna see this time the Granger, the Granger was the savior in the first set for the 1D Legacy, and this time they are again picking that, but CC will be in the EXP section. They will not further going for the high loss for sure right now. I'm damn sure about it. 1D Legacy did a mistake picking their high loss in the EXP section against the CC, but this time they will not go for the high loss. They will be going for some other heroes because so many EXP options are open right now. Let's see what will they ban because Mage has not been picked. So I will be rooting for the Eve or a Luoi, but they're going for the Irithel right now. Maybe they are going for the Harith again this time. Okay, no,
I
Harith,
mean, yeah,
because the Ranger has been picked. So sorry for that. Obviously, you don't want a Irithel against a Granger.
I mean, Harit would have been a great pick, but then, as you told, they already have a Granger on their side as well as a mid laner, which is Louis. So, they do need a sustained damage dealer to, combat that CC opposing them. And Aether, as usual, reading the recent patch, she has been buffed, and her critical stats are going literally skyrocketing on the late game. And if here we could see the Black Dragon Yu Zhong being banned, I mean, this guy is literally a hero at, you know, converting those team fights on his side with his Black Dragon form, the way he deals damage with his fusion drive. I mean, that's really amazing. And let's see what are the last two bans coming in from these two teams.
But Burger, I mean, in the current meta, in the current patch, do you think Yuzhong will be a great ban? I mean, no one is picking even him right now, and Yuzhong can be easily countered by the CC also with the Vengeance. CC with the Vengeance can easily counter the Yuzhong. I mean, that was a waste of the ban, I can say. But there you go, a Khalid ban is obvious in the point because the Roamer has not been picked yet. So it would have been a great flex pick from the side of 1D Legacy. But there you go, Forza in the first match, in the first set, we all know that how Fursa literally managed to give so much damage to the backline section of with the back in the backline section for Team Step Bros. This time they literally banned that Fursa, and let's see what will they pick for the EXP. I mean, so many options are open right now. Xborg against the CC will working because I mean he got that HP bar, so energy bar.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be working for sure, but let's see what will they pick. We don't know about even. I mean, they are just showing it in the panel right now.
And they do lock in with that Xbox. I mean, Xbox is a counter for CC, to be honest, because I have used him. But after they picked in that Xbox, they directly went for that Harith pick. I mean, Xbox would be having a really hard time if he's facing that Harith because his chrono dashes would be hitting a lot harder and his I mean health bar would be draining a lot faster, so he won't be able to use his ult that much often in this match. And a great mage coming in from Step Bros, that's Valentina. I mean, what do you say about this mage? She can literally copy anyone's ult, and probably for the useful section, I would say she would be copying that Xbox or that Hayabusa's ult, to be honest. And the last
Okay.
pick for 1D Legacy is being that Guinevere. I mean that special immigration on the opponents. She can really, pick them all up and with her ult can really do some nasty damage on them.
Obviously, we're gonna see so much magic damage in this match because Luo is also over there. And if Valentina can copy the diversion, then it will be helping a lot to the team Step Bros because the diversion connecting at the great position will be taking on a beautiful ganks also. So both of the drafts are looking very sexy right now. And let's go for the match. But before that, Burger, with whom you're on? I mean, whom do you think gonna win this set? It's already the score
I
is one
mean,
is to one.
both the sides are interesting. On the one side, Mondi Legacy, they do have this Granger, and and on the opposing, they do have the Harit as well as that Lucas. So it's gonna be a really interesting match. Let's see if Granger gets those kills on him, stacks up on his what they say, yeah, Sky Piercer. He would be really going unstoppable. But then let's hope it would be an interesting match. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the land of Dawn. I mean, both the hypers are not going for the usual rotation. I mean, Lucas is going from the goal lane to the EXP side. That's kind of a odd rotation, I believe.
Okay, the Numi. I mean, our Numi, our caster, our beautiful caster Numi is here. So I'm heading over to her this match because it was her match. So guys, she was busy in something. Therefore, I was just taking the slot for a little bit of time. So I'll be missing you guys, but Numi will be replacing me right now into the game. So welcome Numi to the MLOS double elimination round. Matches between Step Bro versus Wandy Legacy. The score is 1 is to 1. I'm so delightful to having you in the MLOS right now.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that introduction, Ash TZ, and thank you so much for taking over while I was gone. But we are already seeing, a bit of gold gap onto the top lane. Granger is doing a great work zoning out the Harith. Harith, if Harith gets that league game and gets that power spike, Harith is going to be really, really, it's going to hurt the side of the blue side very, very much. And you can already see Guinevere jumping in and taking the kill, and Hayabusa on with the Ogi Shadow kill. Lucas onto the top lane trying to mark out the Louis and will take out the Louis Harith going in also with his ultimate. But then Lucas tried to go for a 1v2, but unfortunately his damage and his builds were just not up to the point because it's just like 2 minutes onto the game and it's already 1-3 score. The turtle is up, and I think the side of blue side they will be contesting for the lob, where we can already see CC going in and zoning out the Hayabusa and taking the blue buff. We can already see Chip in a really, really bad position. Last Insanity being popped by the Xbox, and both Chip and CC will be taken down. And I feel like it is going to be a free turtle for the side of 1D Legacy.
I mean, overextend from that was really big, and we are looking at that Valentina trying to copy the ult and thing in with
And
that.
last Insanity up by the Valentina, and Guinevere looking really low on HP will be able to escape. Last Insanity from Robert also being popped up, even the ultimate from the Harry being popped up, but will not be able to take down the Expo quite yet. And Lucas already in his wolf form, the dog form, and Ogi Shadow kill also being used by the Hayabusa, but unfortunately will not be able to take a kill. And I think the side of blue side, they will be retreating for now.
I mean, for Step Bros, Lucas can be a really game changer, but for now, I mean, Lucas in the early stages without vengeance is really vulnerable to any damage dealers. So we can see he's not, actively participating in those team fights, and even if he is participating, he's not able to provide that much of an economy as an goal laner. I mean, a hyper. So let's see what
Yes, and we can already see Lucas taking the lethal. There's nothing much happening onto the map right now. CC trying to give vision to her teammates. Export notices CC curtain call being used by the CC. Last Insanity also being used by the Xbox, and CC is not looking good in HP. and Guinevere jumping in will take that kill onto that CC, but Xbox will also be taken down. Harith going in with his ultimate takes down you drunk. I think Guinevere is really, really drunk. And we can see that Valentina has already copied the ultimate from the Xbox. Now, I think Valentina pick was really good here, as Lost Insanity will be able to take down those um tanky heroes. Like we can already see Guinevere going in with that tank build and a diversion play coming from the Louis, her ultimate being used. But I think Harriet will be able to notice that Chip giving a vision to his teammates. You drunk being caught off guard, hey, trying to take you drunk, and ultimate also being popped by the Guinevere, but she's not looking low on HP. So is Lucas being taken down. The turtle is up and Lucas is down. Curtain call being used by the CC, but her damage is not enough. I think Nishu will be able to escape, but Super Uzui, when not looking good in HP, will be taken down. Also not looking good in HP, but I think I'll not say her name as that. I'll just say Valentina. Granger also being taken down. Ultimate shortcut being used, but unfortunately, Chip will be taken down by the last insanity from Robert. And Hiroshi's HP not looking good. He will also be taken down. We hope also has low on HP, but Lucas, his damage, he's still new hero, he's still onto the meta, so Lucas will be able to take down Guinevere's jump was not onto the point, but Harith will escape. He also has no mana, so he has to retreat onto the base at some point. Oh my goodness, trying to copy D's ultimate, and unfortunately he'll not be able to take the kill, and Turtle being taken by Super Zui, and I think that both the teams will be backing off for now, and we can already see a Sky Pierce from Nishu.
I mean, one the legacy, they are not new with the Guinevere Rome. So, in previous tournaments, I have even seen them, performing this, Guinevere Rome on this side, and it sometimes really is efficient because with her second skill, she can really provide some really good kills to her teammates.
Yes, and oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for interrupting, but onto the bottom line, the diversion play was caught off guard and will be taken down. And yes, you can continue with what you were saying, as bottom tier 1 turret will be taken down by the Granger. Oh my goodness, Chip already using his ultimate shotgun being used, and Hehe coming in with Ogi Shadow kill. Lucas also coming in, but everyone is looking low on HP. Harith along with Chip will be taken down. That was not a good position, though the shotgun was used, but the side of blue side, they're just not looking in a good position. Oh my goodness, diversion play from the Louis caught to catching Hopeless Red Tree off guard and will be taken down. Valentina also not looking in a good position, but I think Valentina will be able to escape down, or so I thought, but a double kill for Super Zooey. 1D Legacy. Oh my goodness, they are doing good, and it's 9:15 and it's just like 8 minutes onto the game. Robert using his last insanity, taking the CC down. Even the Chip is in a bad position.
Numi, I guess you have some
Yes,
connectivity
I'm so
issues.
sorry. I had some
Uh,
network issues, but yes, I'm back, and we can already see another diversion. Lucas being caught off guard, and unfortunately, I think Lucas will be down. Hopeless Loretri, you gotta kind of look onto the map and play safe. Oh my goodness, CC is going in for that kill. Curtain call already being used, but CC does has the low cooldown on her curtain call. Guinevere jumping in, shotgun being used. Oh my goodness, the damage from the Granger is just too much for their side to handle. Valentina going in and will take down the Granger, but she will cost it with her own life. And at this point, I think 1D Legacy, they will take down the Lord. It is going to be just the 8-minute Lords is just not that, but I think it will be able to take down few turrets down at least.
I mean, yeah, at the top lane, Harith did a really great role at pushing those two turret on the top lane. I mean, he was really sneaky, but then, Louis with a diversion and along with Guinevere, she tried to catch up to the Harith, but Harith having those dashes on him really went far out from that reach, and the Lord is coming up from the top lane. So I guess uh, uh 1D Legacy would try to end it, but then you know uh they are opposing and Lucas, so Lucas would be sustaining a lot, so they need to be really careful if they wanna end right there.
Yes, and we can. Oh my goodness, that was such a bad position. As Chip was already hiding in the bush, shocker being used, curtain call also being used, taking everyone off guard. You drunk also being taken down along with Chip. Oh my goodness, niche use damage at this point is just too much, and there's only two members alive from the side from the blue side, and Lord already marching down from the top side. Hiroshi not looking good in HP and will be taken down. Robert Nishu, I think 1D Legacy will be able to end it. As oh my goodness, it oh my goodness, I thought like the side of blue side they would be able to kind of defend it, but I guess this is the end of the match, and 1D Legacy taking the victory. So, Burger, what do you think about this match? I mean, honestly, I think it was too much onto like the pressure from 1D Legacy for the side of blue side. It was just too much, and Chip, he couldn't really do anything even with his shortcut.
I mean, at this time, Chip is really going in, well, not well in coping up with this meta. I mean, and that Lucas on their team wasn't that much of productive to them itself, and having those meta heroes, CC, Harith, didn't even these heroes didn't benefit the team. The actual I would reason would say is after getting to level 4, Super Zui with her diversion was on point, and Granger having those early game kills on his side, that was really the end game for Step Bros. And really, Step Bros could have done better. I mean, they should have gone with that Lucas on that EXP lane, but then never mind, or whatever has been done. Though, so the score is right now 2-1. I mean, 1D Legacy do their scores are 2, and Stepbro are having the score at 1. So there's still hope for Stepbros to give a comeback like the previous match. So let's hope for it. And ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take a short break. We will be back soon with another match between these two teams. So stay tuned. Welcome back, guys, to our double elimination on these two teams fighting for this victory. I mean, Team Step Bros that lose their last match, so the current score between the both teams are 2-1. I mean, 1D Legacy are having that number advantage on them because they won too much. one after other. So I mean, team 1D Legacy just need to win another match to step in to the next position. And Step Bros, if they wanna show really win this match, so they would need to show some comeback skills on here. And I'm your Custard Burger, and with me, I have none other than Miss Numi. So, Numi, please take over.
Hello, thank you for that wonderful introduction for the teams and as well as me. And as we already said that on the like last match, we saw how 1D Legacy totally dominated Step Bros, and how the diversion play from Louis was so on point that Step Bros decided to ban Louis this match, and Louis definitely gotta be a respect ban for the side of Step Bros. And we can already see 1D Legacy going in along with their ban, Mathilda ban along with the Fanny. Fanny is, really, really good in this new meta. Her like energy was reduced. Like if a person knows how to play Fanny, it's just like game over. So I think both of the bans from both the teams are really good, and Joy also being banned since Joy is also onto the meta. They don't want to give out the meta heroes, so they're just narrowing down the the jungle heroes at this point. So what do you think about the bans that's going on?
Zushin again a meta hero. I would say at this point, Step Bros are really scared. Against 1D Legacy as they have banned in that Hayabusa to last game, he was wreaking some havoc against them. And here we are seeing 1D Legacy going in with that Shoyu. I mean, what to say about this hero? The damage output and the damage spike comes in with this hero is really great. Can dive and as well as kill those backlines and move away like it was nothing. So let's see what about Step Bros. What do they pick to counter this hyper?
Yes, as you mentioned, Suyu does have that moment just go and mark out the backlaners, such as Granger. But Granger also has his first skill to, like, if Suyu comes near him, he's just gonna spam his first ultimate, especially with that revamp that Granger got. Like, he can. All he has to do is spam his skills, and the person who is chasing you is like dead and gone. He's just deleted from the map, especially when you get that power spike. And to answer out that Suyu hopeless treachery is onto that alpha with his spear of alpha is also great, but he has to be kind of on point to use his spear of alpha. If he misses it, it's just a whole throw for the side of Step Bros. And to answer out the Granger, we do have Irithel now. We have seen Irithel in this tournament, and Irithel is in the meta right now. So I think it's a really, really good pick for the side of 1D Legacy, along with Aurora. So what do you think about this pick so far? We're already moving on to the second draft.
Aurora, she's a really great hero. I guess it's the whole counter for the battle setup. The Hilda would and the Alpha would be diving in. So, Aurora with her Frosty Breeze, or you could say Frigid Glacier, she would be giving some time to her, teammates to dive in, or you could say provide some damage, initial damage to start up with. And that Hilda is really great. That you know, early invades from her are really great. And looking at those second banning phases, Team Step Bros are going in ban with those heavy tanks. High lows. You don't want that high lows opposing you, and with that, who wants to face that glorious path? That really does annoy you a lot and does also intimidate and scare you at the same time. And they also banning that Tigreal, that flicker implosion with that sacred hammer. Like it's game over for most of the scenarios. And team, yeah, 1D Legacy are banning in with that two mages. Sicilian as well as that Fasa. Fasa with the heavy range. She also deals a lot of damage. But what to say about this Sicilian, our bad boy, with his bad feast, as well as that bad impact, can deal you a lot of damage. And with increasing stacks, he can really, hurt you a lot by the late phases of the game.
Yes, and what caught me off guard is Ilu on that Rafaela. But I kind of understand why Rafaela is being picked. They do have that front laner, they have Hopeless Retri on that Alpha, they have Hiroshi on that Hilda. Hiroshi is also using his revitalize spell, and Yulu all will provide the mobility with her healing ultimate. So I think Rafaela was the best pick for the side of Step Bros here, and he is also going on to the Faramis. Oh my goodness, I'm excited to see what Step Bros has on their mind. They have those front laners, they have Faramis, Nether Realm, they have the healing from the Rafaela is and the Granger onto their teams. Oh my goodness, this is going to be an exciting match to cast. And you drunk is also on that Guinevere Rome. And which draft do you think is the most suitable on this? Like, which team do you think has the upper hand onto the draft this match?
I mean, talking about the draft, if I would say there is I mean, mobility advantage on the side of 1D Legacy as they are having that Airtel as well as that CC on their team. But then whatever it is, guys, we are back to the Land of Dawn, and both the retributions. I mean, both the hypers are going for the standard rotation from the EXP to the goal lane. So, and the Lito is spawning on the goal side. So, I guess we would be seeing a contest between Lito. You never know.
Yes, and we can already see Guinevere providing and there's nothing much going on as onto the top side. CC is getting zoned out by that Hilda. But I mean, there's nothing much happening right now. But please do subscribe to RRG Esports, the MLOS, and we will bring even more fun and exciting teammates. Oh my goodness, Yujang already jumping in. Hopeless Redchi couldn't get that lethal buff, and Suyu is looking low on HP, but his mobility skills, he will be able to escape. And oh my goodness, onto the top lane, CC is zoning out that Hilda really, really bad hero. He is low on HP, but will be able to escape with her or his passive. And we can already see Alpha on that top lane, but on the bottom side, Guinevere is doing an early rotation to not let you hope farm, to not let the Granger farm. And on the top side, Robert using his vengeance to escape from Hopeless Retreat and Hiroshi.
I mean, both teams are really playing well right now. I mean, the rotation coming in with the Geneva is really great right from the start. And, I guess it's their signature move. And, we saw some poking around with that Alpha, between that Alpha as well as the Shoyu. I mean, look at the damage he is giving right from the start.
Yeah, and on the bottom side, we can already see the damage coming in from the Granger. And he's zoning out that Irithel pretty well, but onto the top side, Hiroshi along with Hehehe, they are trying to zone out. And oh my goodness, Nishu was forced out to use her ultimate to just escape from Granger, and we can see a turtle fight. Frigid Glacier being popped by the Aurora Spear of Alpha, Netherrealm also being popped. Resources being used. Guinevere was forced out of her flicker, and Robert is not looking in a good position, but I think she will be able to escape, and the turtle has been reset. So, I mean, oh my goodness, Yujang already jumping in. Spear of Alpha also being used, and oh my god, Hehe being taken down. Hiroshi taking down Super Zui, but also being taken out by the Sui, and I think this is going to be a free turtle for the side of 1D Legacy.
I mean, converting those skills to their team, I mean, near the turtle, then that is an easy turtle for you. And I guess CC, or you could say Robert, should have followed that Rafaela onto that red buff, so she would got a kill. But then on the mid lane, we are seeing some Leto invasions coming in. Well, both the teams are trying to take in that
Yes,
Leto.
oh my goodness, Spear of Alpha being used by Hopeless Reggie's Frigid Glacier also being used, but unfortunately Aurora did not passive with her and will be taken down. I can like this in this match, Stebro is giving them a little bit of competition, and we can already see the zoning from the Granger. And Nishu is not looking in a good position as the side of Stebros, they are cornering her. D trying to take the buff, but I don't think he will be able to take it. And you drunk rotation coming in pretty quick as he saw that their goal laner, their Iratel, is not in a good position, so he just came by to help her. But I think both of the teams, they will be retreating for now.
I mean, at the top lane, we could see CC is getting some damage from that Hilda. I mean, with her passive stacks, she deals a lot more damage with every strike. And in the bot lane, some fights are going on. I mean, not specifically, it's fight. These are fights. I mean, both the teams are trying to poke in with each other with their skills. I mean, who won't like a low HP opponent to finish in or die with?
Yes, just go for the poking strategy until, the perfect timing to take the to initiate a fight comes. And we can already see both the teams trying to provide vision to their teammates, and Hiroshi curtain call being used by Robert. Oh my goodness, Hiroshi is not good in HP, but Hiroshi will be forced out to back off, and Frigid Glacier being popped up onto that turret onto the riverside, and Udruk not looking in a good position, but will be able to take down Rafaela, will be taken down. Hopeless Retri was just in 1 HP, and he will also be taken down. Hiroshi using his Revitalize, and I think Hiroshi will also back off as, oh my goodness, the Death Sonata from the Granger taking down the Aurora. Oh my goodness, he just had that vision to just kill and take down the Aurora. And I think this is going to be a free retry for the side of 1D Legacy again. And we're just like 6 minutes onto the game, and the gold gap is 2k already.
I mean, Granger is also not looking great. Okay.
Yes, and
Lilu
onto the
comes
bot.
for.
I think onto the bot side, Guinevere is just trying to down and just trying to camp over there to not let that Granger farm any longer. But you can continue with what. Oh my goodness! Onto the top side. But onto the top side, CC going in with her curtain call, not looking good in position, and will be taken down. No, no minions to help her out, and Hilda will be able to retreat. She will survive for now.
I mean, that was a really overextended move from that CC. I mean, risking that much for a kill. I guess that's not worth it. And even she lost that turret with that Granger. I mean, that's really a bad trade. But then on the bot lane, I mean, that for a turret, they even got a turret team, 1D Legacy there. Retail did sneak up on the bot lane and got a turret. So I guess they're changing lanes now.
Yeah, I think they are changing lanes, but then we can already see you drunk trying to initiate a fight, but Alpha be used by Hopeless Retri, but he does have the low cooldown onto his ultimate, so I don't really think it matters. But Turtle will be up in about 20 seconds now, and both the teams are rotating pretty well. Granger onto the bot side, trying to take down that tier 1 turret, and it was a trade-off. You take our top lane turret, we take your bottom lane turret. So I think it's a pretty good turret trade right now, and CC not looking in a good position, but will be able to back off as well. Now the turtle is up, and both the teams are, I think they will try to contest for that turtle this match, as all of their teammates are onto that turtle lane. Oh my goodness, Hilda going in strong. And oh my goodness, you drunk using her jump skill to zone out, and 1D Legacy, they will be able to take that turtle again. Netherrealm also being popped up by Hehehe. Oh my goodness, Hiroshi not looking good in position, will be taken down, as well as D. Hope trying to take down D, but will be able to escape. You drunk not looking in good position, but also will be able to escape. But her she doesn't have her flicker anymore, but Granger was taken down onto that process. And oh my goodness, Farham is being frozen by Super Zooey. But I think both the side they will be able to back off for now. Step Bros are not looking good right now, but I think they will be able to take a comeback maybe.
Yeah, let's hope for a comeback because these matches are do really get interesting by the late phase. So let's wait and watch what these teams are holding up to. But for now, Team 1D Legacy are currently dominating, and they do have the goal advantage on their side.
Yes, and oh my god, onto the bottom side, Hopeless Red Tree not looking in a good position will be caught up by the Irithel as well as Drunk. And Hopeless Red Tree, he will be taken down. And I think, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but Aurora just used her ultimate onto the minion in the mid lane, so she doesn't have her ultimate anymore. So I don't know what she was trying to do at that point, but mid lane first tier turret will be taken down.
I mean, probably it's for a good luck or it's a misstep. You never know. So we are looking in, some poking in with that Ranger's ultimate. I mean that Sonata is having some damage already, and keep the Granger keeps on spamming them. That's enough for their team to have some really good dive in.
This Nisha not looking in good position will be taken down, and oh my goodness, Kurt being used by the C and all position as well, and he will be taken down. D trying to catch you hope off guard, but he will be able to escape. And oh my goodness, the jump coming in from you drunk, but he does not have enough damage and enough like oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I just panicked out so bad because the amount of force that just came from Step Bros was so, unexpected. D just recalled. I mean, so Hopeless Reggie, he just missed his Spear of Alpha, and D noticed that, and he just spammed his recall. But Faramis will also be taken down.
I mean, Numi, you didn't even notice that was a maniac for show you right there.
Wait, really? I'm so sorry. I was
Ah,
just focused onto the game. I didn't even realize which team got Maniac, and I think Sui was
I,
able to take that Maniac, and that's why he, kind of spammed his recall. And this is going to be a free lord for this side of 1D Legacy.
I mean, we weren't expecting much. They were getting dominated at the bot lane, but that evil Quiller with that damage. I mean, show you that's why he gets banned or is scared in this meta, guys. He deals a lot of damage, and with that evil Quiller, he did secure 2 kills, then went out for that Faramis, and lastly, I guess it was Granger.
Yes, and we can already see a poke coming from Guinevere, trying to punish, but I think he won't be able to do that. And Lord already marching down from the side, and I think the holy blessing that is onto the turret will be, oh my goodness, they were able to defend that holy blessing as well, but sadly the mid lane 2-tier turret will be taken down.
I mean that's a trade you have to face because if you're facing an early game Lord, so you also need to defend all the lane at once. So you sometimes do lose some turrets in process, but then your main objective should be defend those inhibitors if they are in danger.
Yes,
Uh,
and a lot of vision being given by the Guinevere. She is onto that roaming section, and Guinevere is doing a really good job providing those vision as well. And I don't think there's going to be. Oh my goodness, Spear of Alpha being used by Hopeless Red Tree will be caught by the Frigid Glacier, but another realm will be able to save him. And oh my goodness, Iritel using her ultimate, getting the kill onto Hehehe as well. And oh my goodness, Hiroshi not looking in a good position. He will also be taken down. D is spamming his recall right now. Oh my goodness, you hope will be able to escape, but you drunk not looking good in HP, I think, but he will be able to escape for now. You hope is the only one standing, but Faramis will be able to come back as he has that low cooldown. But oh my goodness, the damage from Nishi was just too much, and he will be taken down instantly. Hopeless Retry will be spawned in, but I don't think he will be able to defend. And this is a game over. And 1D Legacy, they will take the victory with 3-1 score. Now, Burger, what do you think about this match? I thought maybe Sebros would be able to do a comeback, but I think his Paramis, I think he was just rushing in too much.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, I would say seeing that Granger on this side, I thought a bit like, they would have some, fights going on, but then, show you diving in as well as you drunk. I mean, how infamous Guinevere of Guinevere Rome is really working out well for this match. I mean, not this match, previous matches too. She was really playing with good with her Guinevere Rome. So, with that, I mean, 1D Legacy just dominated the game throughout, and we could have seen that that Irithel late game damage spike coming in. So I guess for Team Step Bros, it's over because Team 1D Legacy have won this match and secured their seats to the final round. I mean, what else you could ask for more?
Yes, that is true. And 1D Legacy, they have made so far. And I mean, they made it this far. And they did really really well, but I think the initiation from 1D Legacy was just too much for the side of Sebros to handle it. And I mean, both the teams are really good. Congratulations to 1D Legacy, and maybe there's another chance for Sebros to do another comeback, because there will be upcoming tournaments in MLOS, and we are so happy to cast along with you guys, to watch the match and cast together with you. And thank you guys so much for
Eh,
watching.
So with this, we will be signing off. So best of luck and hope to see you guys tomorrow again.